need to meet with Games Workshop every single week so that they can make sure that the games or the content that they're developing for those games meet a certain quality standard. I'm not sure when
This is much harder of a shield than Valrak, and that is actually impressive.
You see what I mean? You see, I'm not underselling it. I'm not overselling this video. I'm actually like totally serious where I said this video is catastrophic shilling.
But for the most part, Dawn of War 4 looks like it's going to appeal to two audiences, Warhammer 40k fans and potential Warhammer 40k fans.
You know what that reminds me of?
Sharks can only be found in two places on Earth, the northern and southern hemispheres. Sharks.
Oh no! Oh
Wait.
no! Oh no! Imagine if they make you pay for the colors like they did with Space Marine 2.
I'm gonna. Okay.
I did not even consider this. Like, I did not even consider this, bro. I should be working for them.
Or grind, or make yourself grind more on the game, and then you get credits to spend that in-game credits.
I'll make
for
them do
that color.
dailies. Yeah, make them do dailies so it looks like
Time
a lot
is
of people
money.
are playing this game, but like no one really wants to play this game, right? They're just doing there for the OCD. Oh my god, this is brilliant. I should be working for them. I'm gonna email them right now. And by the way, I keep attaching like the esports label to this game, but I know for a fact that they wanted this game to be like an esports. I know people
do
be like, oh, maybe it's not an esports product. You really think that Games Workshop does not want like their own version of StarCraft 2? Like they're even trying to turn the tabletop game into an esports, man. Like, come on. It's just trusting the developers completely, and that is the worst thing to do in the modern day gaming environment. You never trust the developers. Anyone telling you to trust modern day developers is a fucking snake. Alright, so before that, we're gonna get into the Dawn of War 4 segment, and we're gonna specifically talk about like the Dawn of War shills, because I think the shilling is getting quite out of control with the Dawn of War 4 space. We're gonna go back to the Jeffricus video, and I've watched this in like the previous stream, and this one is like, as a Dawn of War 1 fan, as like an RTS fan, it's actually quite a devastating video to watch, because let's talk about our RTS credentials or Dawn of War credentials, right? You really like Dawn of War 1 right now? You're a big fan of it?
Yeah.
It's probably your top game up there besides God of War, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
And for me, I'm quite a big fan of Dawn of War 1. I played that very frequently when I was younger as well. And I'm a big StarCraft and War Games Red Dragon fan. Not friend. My Asian is leaking out. Fan. Okay.
How well do you drive on the street?
Depends on how much traffic there is.
Just think about that Family Guy theme.
And so let's watch this video and why Dawn of War 4 is worth the hype. We really love Dawn of War 4.
Okay, Dawn of War
Is this
4
really?
is set to...
Let's really think about this. Is this the really like? Is this? This is not the first time that people just shield the shit out of it. It happened in 10th edition with Valrak and all those people.
Well, the devil is in the details, and it's specifically how you shield it. Because you can shield it in like a very technical way by like breaking things down and then doing like a lot of like reaching and assumptions and then, you know, code maxing to fill in the gaps, right? Or you can just shield it by just saying that it's great, with zero substantial proof, or even worse, with contradictory proof. And I think this video is actually the second one.
So pretty much Valrak, but for Dawn of War 4. And
It's Valrak if he got everything wrong.
to release on September 17th of this year, and honestly, I think that all of the hype surrounding the game is completely justified. Any doubts that I may have had before the developers of the game, King Art Games, revealed raw multiplayer gameplay showcasing all 4 of the game's factions have been completely cleared up.
You see where I'm heading? You see what I mean?
Sorry, all I'm hearing is like dick sucking noises from him. Anyways,
So, in summary, wow, the battle report was so good that I am now a convert. I love this game like unconditionally now, right? And the funniest thing is that there was like another video that came out, and this is like this might be slightly off topic, but there was a video that came out. Let me try to find it. That actually disproves everything that he said. That actually said that, wait a minute, we looked at this video like like
This one.
frame by frame.
Okay.
And we're not gonna watch it. I'm just gonna slip through this, right? And he actually talks about like massive pathing issues, units like animations not playing, units not interacting with each other. There was stuff that was promised, like the mid combat animations where people like the models were supposed to like nudge, like bump into each other with like interactions, stuff like that, right? Like mini kill animations, but not quite, that kind of stuff that weren't really playing. Bodies disappearing, the map being like very flat and boring, stuff like that. And this is a good video. It's in my reaction channel if you ever need it. It's a very good breakdown of like both battle reports. And this is something that he just glosses entirely over. And like the entire 20-second intro where he just said, dispelled all my misconceptions of this game. This game's going to be great. It's going to be playing for like 9 minutes. And chat, I know Korn is going to get really annoyed by that, but this is like, I feel like this is like a PSA. Like if this is like the responsible and ethical thing to actually address at this point.
I'm Jefficus.
The only questions I would go with is like, what did he say? Ethics? Fuck the word. I can't get the word. Basically, disproved whatever he was thinking about. Okay. What did you really think about that actually disproved it? Like, it was shit, or was there something that you were worried about and they finally showed? Because I have a feeling he's not going to explain that in his video.
I don't think he actually is. He just like breezes all of it over. It's just a straight glaze.
Been a Warhammer
Straight
40k
glaze.
fan.
Damn, thick.
Yep. And this is another thing that he actually does. He's gonna start talking about how much he likes Warhammer as well. Like throughout this video, he's gonna be like, I've been a fan for a long time.
It's like a tourist going to Greece and they're like, I love Greek yogurt. Yes, who the fuck doesn't like Greek yogurt? Shut up. It's just one of those moments.
And I made that comparison like previously, right? Where it's like in the Game Awards when they release, what was it, High Guard or something, and they were like, these were all made by industry veterans who worked on these other games. It's very like performative signaling.
Have been completely cleared up. I'm Jefficus, and I've been a Warhammer 40k fan ever since I played the original Dawn of War way back in 2004, and I'm excited for another generation of gamers to experience something similar here. But what exactly is Dawn of War 4 bringing to the table? Why should we be excited for this game when Dawn of War 3 was so awful?
Why you should be excited? It's like such loaded like shill language, isn't
it? Even though Dawn of War 3 was so shit, but let me tell you how Dawn of War 4 would redeem itself. No, it's shit. Like, I don't know. I'm like, as you guys know, I'm just a bit of an asshole as I usually am. I'm just like, no, shut the fuck up. It's dog shit. Let me explain to you why it's dog shit. And let me show you as well, the developers being so excited with their game, they weren't. And the other thing that was really questionable was their, the one with the orcs where they're like, you can just build anywhere you want. I'm like, huh? Whoa. That's gonna turn very differently.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have you played StarCraft 2 by any chance?
You'll be surprised. Nope.
Okay, so you would know what I talk about when I say like proxy pylon and like bunker rushing.
Okay, I didn't play that competitively, but I'll probably understand it though.
So I feel like it's like very badly thought out because like every single orc building has like a machine gun on top. And so if you give that to someone, what are the chances that like a person would just rush down the map because they're quite small and start immediately boxing in like a Space Marine player?
Yeah, I can see that happening. I can honestly see that happening. I won't be surprised if they have to do like a patch update where they're like, the one with the orcs that have to build anywhere, now we're just limited. But I guess it depends how it's played. But I don't see that. I don't see that as a good thing because there was a reason in Dawn of War 1, every single faction were limited based from their HQ space or any other buildings that was giving them space.
Yeah, you had
the
like
only thing
a
you were allowed.
proper build zone and all that. Oh, and by the way, I think
Yes.
another promise that they actually broke from the battle report trailers is that the base building is actually very limited, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I can only talk about what I've seen the first battle report they did, the Space Marines versus Orcs. I did a stream on that, and I looked at it. I was like, yeah, no, it's very boring. And then their the outro where they play the Dawn of War 2 music, but it sounded
Yeah.
like it was remix. Like it. How do I explain this? The Dawn of War 2 music that was replayed on the Dawn of War 4 game, it is the perfect example, which all they did was just reuse some assets and then just run with it.
Hmm.
It like ever since like around 2016, where we had this whole microtransaction shit, all this live service shenanigans that has happened. Like I've seen over the years where it's it's just become less and less about making a good game than just throwing it as a product to the customers, and some of them will just eat it up.
I remember that
you
music.
can
I thought it was just like straight from Dawn of War 2.
it's a remix.
It's a remix? Oh. So
Well, it's meant to
kind of
be a
like
remix.
Mechanicus 3 then, where they just remix the entire OST and just call it a day.
Well, it was Mechanicus 2, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
There's nothing really to comment about. It's just that Dawn of War 4, like I can already see there's going to be a dedicated player base, just like Space Marine 2, but it's not going to be it's not going to be as popular or as successful as any 40k fans think. 40k fans think like the games that they are putting out are just so good, so successful, but in reality, they don't play that much, or there isn't that much dedicated player base because the developers aren't giving them much shit anyways.
Mhm.
And also, a game that is going to be half released and you have to pay it full price is absolutely fucking abysmal.
Mm.
And this
I
is the one
think
thing that
that is completely true. Like if you look at their like release schedule, like the prologue is like a month like after the main campaign. I don't know what the thinking is there.
Some dickheads were like, well, Dawn of War 1 had limited factions and all that. That's not what I'm saying, you fucking dickhead. Like these guys, the way they're doing Dawn of War 4, they're only giving you multiplayer first, and then campaign,
Yeah.
and then another fucking DLC, and all the other rest that have to be combined together. So basically, they split the base game into 3 pieces, and then they give you the fucking DLCs. That's my fucking problem with it. And you have to pay it full price on pre-order. What do you not understand that? You fucking Neanderthals. But anyways, before I go and
I think these are like arguments coming from people who are just looking like willing to throw anything at the wall just to like defend their argument, the position.
Little do they fucking understand of how confronting I can be, and their little mindsets will just run away. Oh yeah, well,
yeah, we know about that.
You know. But the people on Reddit or people on Twitter that trying to circle jerk themselves in the echo chamber, you think I ain't watching? I know where you live. But overall, how do I say this? Overall, the way I see it in my eyes is just like they're little bitches. But if you got a problem, why don't you just talk to me in Discord? They're not going to do that. Ooh, no,
I think you're referring to someone right now.
Lumi? Oh, yeah, I can refer to her as well.
That's going to be like another thing entirely. Yeah. You might need to make a video addressing her, and then she might have to make a video addressing you, and it'll be like one of those like 1980s where you're just selling. Have you seen like really old newspapers, like letters to the editor, and then they would have something like 2 people be arguing, and then they'll be arguing through like letters to the editor, so the whole letters to the editor page is just like a medium for 2 guys just sending hate to each other. Have you seen those like 70s, 1980s shit? That's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Studies Panda, what's up? How are you?
Why does that name sound familiar? It's like I saw him once and then never saw him again. Probably vanished. Unsubscribed, maybe. I don't know.
No, he does Space Marine 2 stuff. on the Discord. He's very nice. He's very nice. He likes old movies as well. Yeah.
Maybe I should skin him. Yeah, fair enough. No.
I think he's been missing for like a month because they did like a PvP update, and he just, I don't know. It's like the first time the devs gave PvP any attention. So he's like, yes, my time has come. And the baby brother-in-law, how's you? I'm good. Oh yeah, congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh,
Baby
very
brother.
nice. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, dude, if you want me to talk about the Lumi stuff, it's not gonna be a shocker for me.
No,
I'll be
I'm
like,
just joking. But you know, we're not very clean here, are we? We do like to do a bit of shit talking all the way around, and they can shit talk us. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, sure.
If it doesn't break the law, then I think it's above board.
Oh yeah, no, like we can do shit talking and all that, but some people don't really get that when I try to do shit around. So, you know.
And sometimes when people are talking shit, they're not really talking shit. You know. Sometimes they're just like being honest. Like I think it's just society nowadays, and just going off topic a little bit. Like any type of like critique, they think is like super personal, right? It's like, do I really hate this person? It's like, no. Do I hate like Valrak on like a deeply personal level? It's like, no, not really. I don't really care. I just find his thumbnails really annoying sometimes. And you know, I know what he's doing. I can respect, you know, that a little bit, but at the same time, it's fucking annoying. But do I really want to like hate him and get him like deported to like Detroit or something like that? Is that no,
yes.
not really. Well, I mean, I'm talking about myself. Hey, Light, yo, what's up? I told you to give it to Core. I must have missed that message. Hey, it's funny how Light came back, and then it's the one stream that Nellop is back as well. Yeah, welcome back.
I don't know. It just makes me laugh.
I might as well take this time to address this. I saw your membership, but I already uploaded the video, so I forgot to add you to the thank you credits in the last video. I am sorry. I have to say that like right now. I credit all my members, but it happened at like such an awkward time. By the time I uploaded, it's like ding is right there. Yeah.
Why do you need to apologize?
Anyways. No, I have to say that because it's like when the person in my comment section, he was like, oh, why do you like everything? Don't you read everything? Like some of the comments are negative and you still like them. And then my reply is just like, I think it's just polite. If they took the time to leave a comment, I'll just like it. Unless it's deeply like abusive, I'll just delete that shit. But if it's like, oh, I don't agree with you about Major Kill. I think Major Kill's the best person ever. And I want to like, you know, I just want to throat him all the way down. I'm like, yeah, okay, thanks for the comment. Thanks for the algorithm.
Yeah, my approach is very different. Like, I would just do a reply and put a love heart on my own comment. And then there'll just be those people there just saying, oh my God, he likes his own comment and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I like what I said. Thus, I agree with it. And I liked it. Dumbass. What else do you want?
It might be because I'm like, kind of like old, and I like to have like discussions with people. It's like a crazy idea, but I like to have discussions with people even if they disagree with me. And so like even if they pull in like a hate comment, I'll be like, hey, thank you.
The only thing I will comment about the Lumi part, because
hang on. Klovak just gifted Klovak a he just gifted a subscription, but thank you. Yeah, but I like having discussions with people even if they like disagree with me, and I try to worm that out of them if I can. Like I'll try to worm out like a discussion. I'll be like Dr. Phil. I'll be like, okay, how do you really feel about this? Why are you so gay for Major Kill? Why are you gay? Can we talk about this? Can we address this? Why are you gay for Major Kill? Why do you feel like you have the urge to like click into a Major Kill video and then start like watch the entire video and then start defending him in the comment section? I really want to know, right? I'm that kind of person.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. If someone was questioning me like that, I'll be like, gay. You mean men's club? No. No. Like I'll be very upfront with it. Like, I don't know, maybe it was just like my past, the trauma, but it's just more of like I've experienced before where people just drag on and on and on and they don't fucking say the thing what they want to say. And then when it does, well, it hits them hard, but afterwards they do it often and they're like, oh, okay, it's not too bad. Kind of speaking for myself, but at the same time, I've seen people especially when they want to go tell a girl like, "Hey, I like you," but they do this thing of, "Girl, I kind of like into you, but not really." Kidding, but what if we are? Shut the fuck up,
Oh,
please.
that
Just
is
tell
just
her what you feel like.
really like defensive. What the heck is that? Oh,
No
thank you for
way,
super
I
chat.
just gifted myself
Yeah.
membership on accident.
But yeah, you were about to say?
Thank you. No, this just like I think it's just defensive posturing really, and I think it's because like I think it's really down to society nowadays where people get like offended so easily, so they have to like get the disclaimers all out there before they can actually say what they want to say. It's like your grandfather or like your older uncle or something, where they're very straight to the point because they live in a different generation and people kind of respect that.
That's the shit that I like. I like people who just come out and be like, "Dude, it's my channel. I'll do what the fuck I want, and I'll just make money out of it." I'll be like, you know what? Respect. That's partly where I kind of like gave respect to Bricky for a bit until he unlisted the video, where I was like, "Damn, he's going out honestly. Damn, okay, I'll give him respect for that." I'm like, it's rare to find that, and then he just unlisted the video. I'm like, respect gone, just reverted. But yeah, no, like not that many people are just scared what the outcome will be without even knowing what the outcome is. They may think what they know the outcome is, but they haven't even tried to validate that fucking outcome. And even if they fail that outcome, they just have like the wrong mindset of how to improve on it. And most of the time, it's just to be like, "Oh, that failed, so I'm going to avoid that problem."
I think it's a doomed prospect anyways, because if someone really wants to come at you, they'll just insult you like whatever they like, however they can. Like if they can't insult you by what you say, they'll just insult your appearance. They'll insult your how your vernaculars, right? Your accent and stuff like that. There's no point really covering up for everything. You can be very be very respectful. That's one thing you can always do. But that's different to that. But at the same time, there's no like real point really to like, hey, covering all your bases and all of that. And at the same time, you're just really making yourself like less as a person as well. You're just diminishing your own ego by just
I love
doing
it.
all that stuff.
You know what it reminds me of? Like, you know how like Black Ops 2 got into the PS4 and PS5 ports? Right?
No.
Oh, okay. So Call of Duty
If
Black
you can't
Ops
tell,
2,
I'm more of
Black
an
Ops-
RTS gamer than like an FPS gamer. Even though I played a mean game of Bad Company 2. I was a demon in Bad Company 2, but that's about it.
Well, myself, I was a COD player years ago.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what are you going to say? Throw it out, pussy.
No, this Bad Company 2 was so I'll be honest, I played both, but Bad Company 2 just gave me like the whole it's like different vibes, like if you want to go home and you're like, hey, I just want to shoot something, like COD is a very good game, but it's like you wake up, you're full of energy, you just want to hear shit blow up like for 3 hours straight, you just want to see the entire map get demolished. Then Bad Company 2 was the game.
Yeah. I think the peak of my experience with COD was Black Ops 2 because it was actually the most social game ever. And Clovic is actually wrong. I didn't live in America, so I didn't get much N-words. But what I did get is lots of shit talking, lots of loud words, and someone playing P-Hub on the background and pretending that they're doing it with a quote-unquote girlfriend. Yeah, guys, I'm laid. Like, I'm so manly.
I never had those experiences. Was this on console?
That was when I used to play like on the PS3 on console.
Oh, okay, because I played on the computer. Okay, I get really confused. So I play on the computer, and I never have like any of those interactions where like slurs or shit came out. Like sometimes people get really annoyed if I don't like repair a tank or resurrect someone or someone, and they get like they respawn and shoot me in the kneecap, and that's about it.
Yeah, PC is a little bit different because you have your microphone, they can be muted and all that. But in the console, like the 360 era or the PS3, they had the force chats system.
Oh.
So you better be lucky that you had a button on your own headset to mute it or not. If not, they're just going to hear everything.
I feel like I missed out now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there was a lot. Like, I can explain a lot of shit with COD. But basically, point that I was going to make is Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 were ported to the PS4 and the PS5, And let's just say the people who got into it are very flavorful. We even have a custom. Sorry, I'm laughing. Because I saw the images in my head. They have the custom image editor
Oh, no.
where you can just make whatever you
Oh,
want.
no.
Whatever
I know what you're talking about.
you
Yeah.
want.
I've seen that shit in Armored Core 6 where,
You
the
got
decal maker, and then you have like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, oh, dude. Oh, dude.
Let's say they're
let's
great
just
fans
say-
of Holland and their windmills.
Let's just say that there were two ghosts that had a fishing rod, and
Oh,
the debate was a piece of chicken.
they
then
really
there
like
was-
eggplants for some reason.
Yeah. And there were two ghosts with a fishing rod, and they were fishing while the bait was chicken. And there was some black dude. They were like, "Dude, why this image? Like, why did you make this?" And the guy replied with, "Well, just in case if you're hungry, man." So
I love that in Dawn of War 2, you could custom your badges and banners. Well, you see, in Dawn of War 2, I was trying to be like, I was younger, so I was a little bit more like low accurate in my, like more lappy in my headspace. So like all my
Dawn of War, yeah.
all my
I mean-
colors and all my emblems were like they follow the codex, let's say.
Wow, why do you think I like Dawn of War 1 more? You think it's
17
the
people.
gameplay?
Wait, huh? I didn't even check. I mean, that's cool.
Cool. Yeah, people
Welcome.
are watching for some reason.
For
What was I
some
gonna say?
reason, is it that bad?
Who the fuck are these people? Why the fuck?
Dude, why would you do that?
Um,
Like it's your weekend, and you're spending time with me. That's crazy. Like you could be doing anything.
You should be
right now.
drinking. You should be
could be
drinking
playing
like
Dawn of War
Bundaberg. You should be drinking Bundaberg Drop Bear, and then make a very interesting Dawn of War 1 faction.
What is that?
That goes white, black, and red. And
I thought
it's not the
Bundaberg's
Blood
made ginger
Ravens.
beer.
Oh, sorry. The Bundaberg Drop Beer is a rum drink that has with pineapple and spice, and
That sounds like
it
a
serves
horrible
much-
Jack Daniels.
Maybe, but it's served better on chilled, and
Wait,
when you
is it
drink it, you
alcoholic?
have that. Yeah, just look it up. Bundaberg.
No,
Drop Beer.
am I this much of a burp? No, I only know Bundaberg for the ginger beer, and it's quite good. But I did not know that they made actual alcoholic drinks. It sounds like one of those
Yeah.
like horrible like Jack Daniel bottle. Like you get like a bottle that's like a Coke bottle, and it's like Jack Daniels with Coke or something.
I love doing streams where we get so off topic when we're meant to watch the video. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
amusing.
and meanwhile it's
Yeah.
like I mean this video is supposed to be like roasting this person, but like now he's just staring at us just to.
You know
feels
what?
quite
Like
awkward.
he's playing Space Marine 2, and I'm just like, gay. Now, honestly, I saw someone putting a mod for Space Marine 2,
Yeah.
and the mod is changing the armor that I have them as firstborn.
Yeah.
And I look at that, I'm like, that looks 10 times more better. That can fit with chaos in a PvP game. That would have been so much better. But because of the whole fucking Premiere shenanigans, it was just so out of dog shit. And yeah, honestly, that the hate at the beginning with the Primaris was pretty much justified, honestly. For me, I don't hate Primaris, but the way they did the whole lore about that was so stupid. And then after that whole shenanigans they did with the Primaris, only to bring back Firstborn gear back to the Primaris armor, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I'm
so
gonna
this whole
switch topics a little bit. I know why there's 17 people. It's because Asmongold was on the title. They're actually waiting for the Asmongold content, guys. If you're waiting for the Asmongold content, it's gonna come after like this video and no, actually 2 videos after this.
You know what? I apologize for the rant. We should have been going for the Asmongold. Nah, no. Yeah, so yeah, the point that I was making is that, oh, now they're bringing back the Firstborn stuff. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So this whole time, you could have just made bigger armor, bigger Space Marines, and we would have had the same shit?
I think
You know,
Warhammer 40k, there's so much mystery like before like these 2 editions.
Well-
a lot of things were not explained. They could have just came out with the Primaris Marines and not explained anything. And just let people
you know what? That would have been fine. I can fuck with that.
And they
a
could
little
have
bit.
brought back Rebute Goleman
A little
and
bit.
then just like leave some of the gaps like unexplained. And there's so many stuff in like Warhammer 40k, like with the Terminus Decree and like all the little like show not tell bits, right? They could have just been like, hey, there was a guy, there was a really big dude. He's probably a Primarch. We're not sure if he's a Primarch. But he's definitely probably a Primarch, and he's doing all this shit. And then there's like all this stuff like moving in the background.
Like, this is in general for every other IP, like movies, games, and all that. In a way, you kind of try, like the way you're implying it, you're implying like, they could have just done this. Conceptually, yes, but the problem is we don't have competent writers to do that shit, unfortunately. Like, there are some writers that are maybe good, and then they're probably handicapped, or some of them are just actually dog shit, but they're being praised like they're actually good.
Oh, that's like an entire video idea. I'm gonna give you a video idea right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of people praise a lot with Dan Abnett. Like, we're not gonna ignore his earlier books, like the Eyes on Horn series. Like,
Among
I can tell they're probably pretty good.
What the hell?
What?
I don't know.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna interject a little bit. I'm gonna give you a video idea since you're on this tangent. My hot take, my whole idea about this is that I feel like some of the writers are treated way too much like celebrities nowadays, and I'm not even like singling out any one writer. It's just that, have you noticed that every time they release like a Warhammer game, they'll be like, oh, was it like John French worked on this? It's going to be working on this game. I think it's for, I forgot which game was it? Total
Henry
War?
Cavill treatment.
Yeah. Basically, I feel like a lot of the writers are getting like wheeled out now, like they're celebrities, right? And the one thing that really annoys me about that, and it's not even like their like competency at their writing it, like what happened to the artist? Like they do not credit their artists at all, and this is really annoying because like we've got the was it like John Blanche, who passed away, right? And besides him, like no one else really gets like credited at all. And I feel like in Warhammer 40k, the people who make the art, the people who make like the whole like feeling of the settings are like very important as well. I think in every single way they're like as important as like the people who are writing these books, but they don't get credited by Games Workshop. And I feel like it's very unfair.
I think I know why. Most likely they outsource their artist, so they don't have to really credit them.
Maybe
they just have to go to Fiverr. Yeah, or that. And then they'll just be like, okay, we want you to make this art. Here's our references. Go make it. And then they go and do it. And they're like, okay, that's good enough. Here's your money. Shut the fuck up. Move away. To be fair, that kind of shit used to exist even in older days, like in the 80s, the 90s, with animation and all that, specifically like Transformers and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, oh, it used to exist, then it should be a still thing. But, that is absolutely correct. Like, they don't credit their artist. But if I have to guess, most likely
the writers are just getting like the lion's share of the attention and the praise. And like some people might agree with that, some people might not. I lean towards like the not part because the writing really has slipped nowadays, and they're treated like a brand in themselves. I don't like fully agree with that.
Okay, my question will be then, okay, what makes their writing so good? What are the things that make them so grim dark, right? Because remember, Warhammer 40k is meant to be grim dark, right? And obviously there's some levels of grim darkness, obviously, but I really want to see what people want to bring up, because some people will just say, oh, the Infinite Divine is a grim dark book because, these Necrons just jumped up on one world to another, pretending like it's nothing. Meanwhile, everyone is suffering and all that. I'm like, that is the most milquetoast grimdark shit that I've ever heard. Meanwhile, the book is mainly focusing, these two funny Necrons are bickering with each other. It's funny. It's
feel
just shit like
that. A part of it is like, yeah, it's the writer's fault, but I think a part of it is that they also write to order for Games Workshop for their marketing, and I feel like a part of that is due to their editors as well. Because I think it was the person who wrote Gaunt's Goal, was it Dan Abnett who also wrote Gaunt's Ghost?
Yeah, he
the
wrote Dan
book was
Abnett's.
actually quite decent, and then you can tell like a lot of the grittiness kind of faded away over time, and I can't tell if it's the actual writer like mellowing out because he's like older, right? So he's like writing in a softer way, or if there's like an editor who's like, no, this is too grimdark. No, you need to make this more Marvelish. This needs to be more Disney-ish. Round these parts out a bit, stuff like that.
I've been thinking about it because he started Gaunt's Ghost like in the 90s, like early 90s or the early 2000s, either one of them, like basically early days. He wrote Gaunt's Ghost. He wrote those books. Maybe I might get into it. Who knows? And then for a long time, nothing was written about Gaunt's Ghost. They were written. He was writing about like fucking Eisenhorn. For some reason, it takes way too long, and it makes you question: is this the writer just can't get the same same hit that he wants to, or as Klovik said, it's a more of an editor thing?
Yeah, I really wonder about that. Like, did the fire go away? Like, did the rock and roll like phase of his life go away? Like, he stopped listening to AC/DC and switched to like I don't know what do people listen to nowadays? Stuff like that, right?
It reminds me of Bungie, where when they made the first Halo, they just wanted to make that first Halo and move on to another project, which kind of makes sense because you're like, oh, we had this cool idea. Let's make this cool idea, and then we'll just move on to the next one. But then when it succeeded, they were like, oh, okay, let's make another 3-4 games, and we're really like fucking bored.
Is it The Boys? That entire show went on for too long.
Yeah. Oh, I heard some other arguments. They were like, oh, it's anti-Trump. It's a political statement. I mean, yeah, I guess. But I thought it was a little bit different. But yeah, no, like sometimes maybe Dan Abnett just wanted to make but I'm guessing, right? I'm not saying that is the truth. I'm just thinking, okay, when he made Ghost Ghost, maybe he just wanted to make like a trilogy or something and just wanted to end it there. But for some reason, they just kept pushing him to do these shit. Or he had to pause Ghost Ghost because he had to write the Horus
money was just too good. I mean, why wouldn't you? Like, if you're really famous, like as a 40K writer, let's say he's got other projects, but this one pays the bills and it gives him the most recognition. I can see why he would do that. Maybe he'll just stick around. And be like,
yeah, I can't blame him. But then again, it kind of reminds me of J.J.R. Tolkien, the one who did Game of Thrones.
Well, not Tolkien, Martin. Almost committed like a literary sin there.
So yeah, no, I just can't get the names right. But yeah, Martin. Yeah, he didn't finish the Game of Thrones books, and then he had that whole show, and then he just I don't know. It just makes me laugh. It's like you live long enough to be the fucking villain kind of moment, and yeah, people who wrote about 40K are just not the same people. But people sit there, they're like, oh, they did this thing. They were at the beginning of a GW. They must be good. They were good when they were in their 30s because they had that fucking hit that they want. They had ambition, soul, and all that. But same with God of War, same with Call of Duty, same with any other fucking IP. Those same people, they're not going to hit the same just like how they used to.
Yeah.
And I just think personally it's just more of they keep doing the same shit over and over and over and over again. And because there's no new things they want to experience with, that's where they start
reminds
lacking.
Me of like, how people would say, like, don't turn your hobby into a job. And then like at the start, it'll be like a passion. Like you really like drawing, it's like a passion. So you start making like really good drawings. You research ways to make your drawings better. And then since your job, it just becomes like more and more soulless until it settles into like a grind to the point where you just stop kind of like giving a shit about it, but you have to do it because it pays the bills.
That is true. Yeah. To a certain extent. Yeah. And also it depends like which project you might be working on. Maybe there might be a project that you really want to work on or something else that you're just like, yeah, whatever. Actually, that kind of, we're speaking way too long. I keep adding like more additional
as well. But one last point before I go to get some water because my voice is getting really hoarse. I want to see a battle report on Warhammer Plus where like all the GW authors play like Warhammer 40k against each other. Because they're the guys who do the lore, right? And then they'll obviously bring like the most lore accurate army. You know, you get like what's his name? Something Leon, who did the Deathcore books, and then he'll bring his like lore accurate Deathcore army, and then be very sad that it does not work on the tabletop like it's the way he depicted. It'll be like, oh shit. Well, I did all this lore for you guys, and I can't even do this on the tabletop. Like, what the fuck?
Yep, suck shit. They were expensive. And this is the size of your army.
You're the writing department, but the game is made by the marketing department. I'll be right back. I need some water. I'll be right back, and then we can get on with this video.
I contain myself with too much water. So
I'll let you entertain the chat for like a tiny bit. I'll be back as fast as I can.
Motherfucker gonna be sprinting. He's gonna do the Naruto fucking sprint. All right. All right, chat. Hello. Hello. All right. Most of you are just fucking lurking and shit, but I don't see. I don't see any of you chatting. Probably you're fucking busy with something, to be honest. So I can't really blame you. Having a bottle of water near your PC is an impossible task for Hereticus. Dude, I have like a fucking 2 to 3 liter bottle right next to me. And I drink the whole thing like it's nothing. And then after I drink that whole thing, I go straight to the bathroom and come back. But hey, it happens. But then again, when you're on your desk, like the moment you sit on your desk, you don't really think much. So you're like, I'm going to be here, going to do all this shit and all that. And then once it starts to kick in, you're like, oh, I need water. I can't be fuck getting up, man. I need water. Shit. I have to move my fat ass. And then you start walking to the fucking kitchen and get some water. Two battles. The battles of what? Hey guys, you want to see another fucking Battle of Armageddon for the 5th fucking time?
Alright, sorry about that.
I forgive you.
Yeah, I need like a lot of water because my voice gets hoarse really quickly. Like it breaks really quickly, so I need to like hydrate every 2 minutes.
I don't know, I'm just a little bit different. Like for me, I just need like 4 liters of water or 8. 4 or 8, I can't remember specifically. Basically, there's like a daily thing of amount of water you need. Depends on your activity and all that. So, if I could be my brother, but I think he takes like 4 liters of water per day because he's active and all that.
I got a fan in chat. Yo, Nellop. Quickly ask him a question while I'm
fan. My fans, dude. I never have fans. What do you want about? Never heard of that fucking phenomenon. Usually, whenever I see on my channel, it's just people just hating on me, man. Like, new shit.
But yeah, it's growing. Yet people are subscribing, so...
I don't even know what my channel is doing right now. Probably doing...
It's going okay. Yeah. They're probably just wondering where the hell you are. Like, where's my content? Where's my videos?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to my world when I stopped uploading for like 4 months.
I mean, I used to upload very slow, like every month or every 2 months and all that. So it's not really a surprise. Yeah, yo, Nellop. Hey, Wonder Waffle. How you doing, my good man? Hello. Hi.
Should we actually like watch this video?
Really?
Just finish
I don't know.
We're 40 seconds into a 9-minute video.
We can sidetrack more. I love this.
Let's watch this. We'll get through the Mordian. Okay, so for the folks at home, the Asmon Gold segment is coming. We just have to get through the Dawn of War 2 but so there'll be Mordian after this and then Asmon Gold. Yeah.
And shit on sidetracking.
Let's go.
Well, let's dive right into
whatsoever.
Sorry?
I have not missed this sidetracking whatsoever that people fucking hate.
I mean, it is a good discussion. It's a needed discussion.
Okay, how does COD relate to this fucking video in any other topic?
I mean, it happened organically. I mean, I'll look through the video again and then I can answer you. Yeah, we were just talking. So,
everything that we know about the game's gameplay, story, and its future. The gameplay of Dawn of War 4 is inspired by the original Dawn of War, but it doesn't play.
You see what I mean?
Okay. He was about to say the other thing. He was like, "Oh, you know, it's playing like the original, but it isn't exactly the original."
No, I don't think he's played Dawn of War 1. It's nothing like Dawn of War 1. The maps are different, the base building is different. I guess I think he's referring to the sync animations, but there's not even bodies left over when they die.
I would say he's saying it vaguely as well. So
There's no cover either.
How do I say this? If let's just say, for example, for some reason, why the fuck you've not played Dawn of War 1? If you haven't played Dawn of War 1, but you really want to praise Dawn of War 4, you have to be vague as possible. Like, I was a Warhammer 40k fan, and I love Dawn of War 4, and the gameplay is so good, it's almost like the old games, but there's some difference with it. You know, it sounds very vague, and it just tells me a little bit that he has not played Dawn of War 1.
It feels like someone trying to sell me new Coke while compared to like old Coke.
Crack.
Coca-Cola. YouTube, it's Coca-Cola. Anyways.
Exactly the same.
Crack.
Additionally, it's not going to play like Dawn of War 2 at all, and it's definitely not going to play like Dawn of War 3 at all.
He's saying it's not going to be like Dawn of War 2 at all, and you see...
Yeah, all the animations,
the power system. You can't build power plants. You have to capture the power plants.
Yes.
The map.
Oh, yeah, and also, when you capture it, you build fucking generators. Like a Dawn of War 2 system?
Yeah. You mean what I mean when I say this like video is just like catastrophic shilling? And I really mean the word like catastrophic here.
Maybe I should kill him.
Yeah, but we're only 40 seconds in and we're already sidetracked by like what they said for like 2 hours.
Maybe I should kill him.
I'm not sure what Relic Entertainment was thinking when they made Dawn of War 3, but it really seemed like they wanted to make the game into an esport. Whenever you were playing it, it felt like you were playing a Warhammer 40k variant.
I'm gonna pause right here. You know what the issue with Dawn of War 3 was? And I can't really blame them for it because they were just chasing the money. Right? But I can blame them for the incompetency. So what happened with Dawn of War 3? Was that they wanted to make a MOBA game without actually adding in the MOBA. So they changed the entire game into like a League of Legends type game, like type map, type gameplay.
This.
But there was no League of Legends game mode in that game. So they basically just built like a McDonald's and they stopped serving burgers.
Do they at least serve the fries?
They were so incompetent.
I don't know, for me, I could see it differently. Maybe they just didn't want to make this project, so they just slap it on the side. Because for last couple of years, it was just Relic making Space Marine 2, Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War 2, and I don't know if they made any other fucking 40k games, but those were the very common ones. And so when Dawn of War 3 came in, they're like, oh, this shit again? But the one thing that I don't like what they do every fucking time, whenever they make a new installment of Dawn of War, they have to rip the core fundamentals of the gameplay and shove with a new one in. Why? You don't need... Dude, it's almost like... It's like building the first Call of Duty game, rip that core gameplay out, and add...
I feel like it's another team. And you get this a lot when ego gets in the way, and it's kind of like modern day like TV drama writing, right? Where the writers come in and they want to own that like IP. They want to put their own mark onto there, so that means like changing things around. They need to change it so this is their idea. They need to own it and make it theirs. I think that's what it is.
Kill me. Yeah, especially with that Harry Potter TV show.
I haven't even looked into it. I know the whole thing about the Odyssey, and that thing is just this keep going.
Of StarCraft 2. Dawn of War 2 didn't quite hit the mark either, specifically because the pacing of the game is dramatically different. Dawn of War 2 focused very heavily on micro gameplay.
The fuck do you mean different? It looks the same to me.
I actually prefer the clip for this. I prefer the clip for this. Just listen to what he says.
Dramatically different. Dawn of War 2 focused very heavily on micro gameplay.
It focuses very heavily on micro gameplay. Number one, he did no microing here. And I would argue that like Dawn of War 1 has more micro gameplay. And by the way, micro gameplay in Dawn of War 2 is very, very I'd say it's about on the same level as like Dawn of War 1 actually. And I'll show you some micro gameplay, right? Like it's going to be me gushing over StarCraft again because let me show you guys.
As Cyril said,
What the
things
fuck?
all over the place right now. Condensing on the center base, but the storm's condensing even faster into that energy.
So this is like a bit of a segment, right? That's just
Sorry.
So when he talks about like micro gameplay, I'm like,
Dramatically different. Dawn of War 2 focused
You know what?
very heavily on
For Dawn of War
micro
reference,
gameplay.
for Dawn of War reference, if you want to see micro gameplay, just go watch Dawn of War 1 Elder gameplay. That one
Yeah.
requires so much micromanagement that you can't fuck around with them because you have to do the fleet of foot bullshit and all that. You have to turn it on and off, go fast, get out, be evasive, all that shit. Blah, 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 you know?
I don't feel
It's,
like there was a lot of
yeah.
micro gameplay in Dawn of War 2 either because it was a lot of it was just setting up behind cover and suppressing people. The maps were a lot closer as well.
Yeah, no, we're talking about, you're talking about Dawn of War 2. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Dawn of War 1.
Yeah. Because he's
like the
arguing
first
that
game.
Dawn of War 2 is micro.
Not really. You can just bunch up your units and all of you can just shoot at one thing. But then again, comes from me who didn't play as much as Dawn of War 2 compared to Dawn of War 1.
So when he said that like Dawn of War 2 is more micro than because let me replay that statement again. Did I
go for it.
miss
Dramatically different. Dawn of War 2 focused very heavily on micro gameplay, basically the moment-to-moment gameplay of the combat that was happening between your armies. It lacked
What? I know you paused so we can focus on the micro, but I was curious what extra he was about to say.
macro RTS mechanics such as building and research, which meant that the entire game's focus was specifically centered on combat. This is fine, but it's also formulaic. If your opponent brings out a
You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, my entire YouTube just crashed, I think. Did I
I can
crash
still
on
see the
YouTube?
chat.
Oh, okay.
No,
Never mind.
I'm
It's
watching
just Castle Labs fucking up. You get what I mean? With this entire video?
Yeah. Dawn of War 2 is heavily micro thing, even though Dawn of War 1 is very different. Much more micro, I would, in my personal opinion. And for him to say like, "Oh, it's heavily on combat," I'm like, the best way I can say this, he's not played Dawn of War 1 or maybe 2 and 3. He probably just read some articles what the game is like, and then he just assumes he has the rough idea what it's like.
Do you think it was
And then-
ChatGPT?
Most likely. And especially for him to say, well, it's like a Dawn of War 1 or Dawn of War 2, but not really. Meanwhile, the mini-map on the bottom left and literally the icons on the right. What the? In the top left, which is from Dawn of War 1, and the building structures from Dawn of War 1. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's keep going. It only gets worse.
unit, then you're going to want to counter it with another specific unit. Macro elements such as research, base building, and map control are extremely important in great RTS games because if you're doing those things, then by the time you reach endgame, then you'll be coming out ahead of your opponent.
Where's the servitors? That's the one thing that I noticed when I was watching the gameplay. I looked at it, I was like, wait, no servitors? So they don't build you shit? So you just place a building and it'll build itself? What the
And-
fuck?
This is the part where I also like realized he did not play RTS games because he did not mention scouting or harassing at all because those two are like
True.
a very big component to like every single RTS game. Doesn't matter if you're playing like War Game Red Dragons or like Company of Heroes or whatever. Like scouting and harassing, like even at a very low level, is super important. And it's just something that just glosses entirely over. And the reason why is that I don't think there's actual harassment in this game. Like there's no flying in this where you can just drop off out of their base to like attack their economy or anything like that. It's very flat and it's just like from what I've seen, it's just death balling from one side to the other. I could be wrong, but
No. You're correct, because when I saw the first battle report they did, I looked at it. I'm like, this is not how I would play this. Like, I would actually aggro early stage while capturing some objectives around. I would not fuck around and just build and all that shit, right? At least how I play in Dota War 1. Yeah, it depends how you play it, but dude, if you play like the hardest difficulty of insane AI on Dota War 1, they will not give you any time to build. If you don't aggro early, it's gonna bite you in the ass.
I saw you playing with Base Diff Drew. Was it Base Diff Drew? Was that his name? I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
Yeah,
man,
he just got rushed immediately by the orcs. That was pretty funny, actually.
Okay, you know what? I practice on that game a lot, and then I figured out how to beat them, and I won on that fucking map.
Did it
also
involve any harassing and scouting and, decapitation strikes and stuff like that?
For me, because I already knew...
you're playing Necron, so you can't do that.
Yeah, Necron's... Okay. Necrons on a 2v2 is a little bit more difficult, but I succeeded having my quote-unquote teammate, which is AI, and myself playing as Space Marines.
Because how do you find this guy? What, Nellop? I found him off the street. No, just kidding. Wait, what do you mean this guy? Sorry.
Hola, español.
Let's keep going. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you.
I think he's, yeah. Oh,
you mean this channel? No, I found this channel through an even more devastating video, which was he was defending female Space Marines. I did not even get to there yet. No, I found this channel because he had like a collab with a VTuber where he was defending female Space Marines. And then I was like, oh boy, oh gee. And then I saw this video came out. And I'm like, oh wow, this guy's definitely trying to get the bag. Yeah, I knew it. I can smell it. I can smell it. He wants the bag really bad. He wants the early access. He wants the bag. I shouldn't. It's not alleged, by the way, but that's how I feel. Anyways.
So the meat is fresh. Especially when you mentioned VTuber.
Oh, they had like an entire video talking about like how I think the title was called as Warhammer 40K overtaking Star Wars, something like that. And then she was talking about how it's going to overtake Star Wars because it's more like inclusive and stuff like that.
Fuck off.
And then at that point, they were arguing for, like, okay, we've got female guardsmen, then why shouldn't we have female Space Marines? At that point, like, I was live streaming this, by the way. I was watching that with on Twitch with my Discord people, and they would just like turn that shit off. Bro, Corn was like dying in chat. He was like, I'm not watching this. If you're gonna keep watching this, I'm gonna leave.
Then fucking leave, bitch. But yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, holy shit. Even I want to. Even if I look at it, for me, I'll be like, put me in voice chat.
It was actually like Pontius material. I think it. Okay. Funny thing about Pontius was like his latest Lord Destroyer video. I sent him that. Anyway, a little bit behind the scenes there, but yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
For me, I'll be like, put me in voice chat now. Like, there's nothing so much better just to get in voice chat and be like, so you think females should be in Space Marines? Why? You just go at it.
Oh, there was no lol reason given. It was just more like a IRL meta reason, because it said, oh, it's good for the franchise, it's good for the modern day. I may be misremembering stuff, so I'll send you the link and you can watch it. I don't want to make baseless accusations. It's not good to do that, even if you don't disagree with them. Even if you disagree with them. Yeah. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Dawn of War 4 takes these elements from the original Dawn of War and introduces them into the modern era. 4 different armies with 4 distinct playstyles, but also with various research paths and building paths that you can customize and fine-tune to the exact specifications that you want your strategy to be played at. Researching in a
that's like Dawn of War 1, I guess.
Yeah, Dawn of War 1, and it has the mechanicus dude, build structures and all that. What the fuck?
Dawn of War 4 doesn't cost any resources. What's going to separate a good player from a bad player in this game is the ability to keep up with your research and with your buildings while you're micromanaging your army on the other side.
No. What makes a good player is to... Okay, this is just me. Again, Dawn of War 1 style.
Hmm.
It's not... Okay, resources is one thing. But attacking and harassing early game to drain those resources, it's a very different story. If you can just take them out early game, it's a completely different story. It's not just, oh, it's just resources and building. No, you need to harass them early in scouting, as you said. Who does scouting? Oh, but it's just like being aggressive. Players who play sometimes RTS that are not aggressive enough, and if they lose the aggression and die, at least they know what they did right or wrong. That's just me.
No, I think you're right. Every single RTS game I've played have some way to reward taking the initiative. The moment it loses like an initiative, you kind of die. Okay, there's one reason where you might not have the when you're not initiating anything is when both sides are beaten. Like you get points where like both sides get really bruised up and they both retreat back into the bases to like engage the macro game a little bit. There's that, but usually like most people, like even in single player, will try to attack as much as they can.
It just, yeah.
Never played an RTS game.
Dude, I've played aggro early games, and especially the one when they're heavily fortified and I have to keep sending troops like it's a siege warfare and all that. I'm like, dude, I love this shit.
Oh yeah, that's why I like Dust Front so much, because you can just keep like applying that pressure, and that pressure can keep going. Like the game does not have any like lulls really.
Yeah, no, you just choose a level that you want and you just play as it.
Yep.
Of the battlefield. Additionally, unlike Dawn of War 2, information becomes extremely important. You have to keep up with how your opponent is. Information be your side of the battlefield. Additionally, unlike Dawn of War 2, information becomes extremely important. You have
Okay, that's very vague as well. Okay, what
Unlike
kind of information
Dawn of War
you're
2,
looking for?
information is very important. I feel like information is very important in Dawn of War 2 as well.
And 1 and 2. Basically, in general, information is very important. And what does he bring out? Very vague information.
have to keep up with how your opponent is macroing and what strategy they're building into. For example, are they trying to...
He keeps using the words like macro, and I don't think he knows what macro means in like an RTS game.
And also, look on the screen.
Is
that no, the one that you're looking right now.
Okay.
What is that? Is that a mechanic from Dawn of War 2? That isn't really Dawn of War 2,
but it's not like Dawn of War 2, it's like Dawn of War 1, that's what he's claiming.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, yeah, it's not like Dawn of War 1. Meanwhile, the top left UI as WA.
I'm trying to ignore
I wonder where
that,
they came from. I wonder where they came from. Beats me.
Oh, you mean the little abilities that you get in Dawn of War 2 where it builds up and it can like throw a rock at someone or something, right? You know that thing in the bottom right, the little ability bar that builds up. I don't remember that in Dawn of War 1.
Oh, beats me.
To rush the highest tier.
Yep.
I try really not to add extra. I was really trying not to add anything extra. I was just going to say something along the lines of Dawn of War 4 is literally a combination of 1, 2, and 3, but it looks so fucking weird, like a Frankenstein kid.
I think that Dawn of War 4, there's a reason why they're rushing this out before Total War 40k. I think Total War 40k will just completely cannibalize this game. If they do it the other way around, if this comes out after Warhammer 40k, I don't think this will get as much sales. So they need to get this out, like extract as much money as they can right now.
Yeah, hey guys, pre-order the game at full price. And what do you get? 4 factions and shitty multiplayer.
Yeah, and you get 3 days of early access if you get the Commander's Edition.
Yep, and you don't go in the water where oh, sorry, I was going to say, like, there's no terrain that makes it more difficult or slows you
There's no
down
cover
or anything
system.
like that. Yep.
And
Mm.
I bet you, right? Because I feel like I'm obliged to get the Commander's Edition for the 3 days early access, and I got a running bet with someone, like a $20 bet,
Get-
that it's going to be bugged. The early access
Yep.
is going to be like a beta, and there's a big chance where, during the 3-day early access, where everything is just like lagging, performance
Yep.
issues, stuff like that, right? And it's just going to treat the 3
Classic.
days as like a test run for the actual release, like quote unquote release. It might be bugged even after the release until like the first month where the prologue actually comes out.
I love modern gaming.
Yeah, so it's a $20 bet. It's a $20. I'll let you guys know if I win the. Well, I mean, you guys will find out because I'll probably be live streaming it.
Let's find out.
Woohoo!
The game, or are they going to stop at tier 2 and then just invade your base and end the game as quickly as possible? But don't let these micro and macro RTS elements intimidate you. The pacing of Dawn of War 4...
I like how you're saying like micro, and there's no micro going on right now. Sorry, I'm going to go back again. I have to like StarCraft 2 MOG this gameplay. Like, look at this.
That melts through so much Zerg.
Look at this. This
The
is
Hydra's
micro.
driven back over to the right flank.
Is it?
The storm
Look at
softening
it.
up
He's
down
doing
the
shit
center.
everywhere. He's stutter stepping his fucking.
He's got overlords for creep spread. We're picking another
He's
round.
doing
Zerg.
creep
Hydra's
there
caught
to
by a
make them move
stasis.
faster, and
But
then he's
who's
probably
the
going to stutter
Zerg
step.
now?
Okay. He's going to stutter step his
Hero?
Hydrolus. Look at this.
Dodging
This
back
is
that
microing,
Oracle,
alright?
getting a little ahead of
Alright,
itself.
he's stutter
and now
stepping
headed
his
to the
fucking
unit's
units,
lost
alright?
tab.
This is
But wait, there's
microing.
more.
This
Another
is
Oracle
microing right
knocked out
there.
of the scab, and the
He's standing around
Starflots
here.
are
He's moving.
chasing.
Okay. Alright.
love
So
the
that's
kiting.
microing. What the fuck
looks
is going on
very
here?
approachable for new players. From what we've seen of Dawn of War 4, the game is proving to be quite dynamic and versatile.
Yay!
Yeah, great esports game.
On launch, the game is going to feature
And by the way, I keep attaching like the esports label to this game, but I know for a fact that they wanted this game to be like an esports. They really want a space.
Oh, yeah.
Not Space Marine. StarCraft 2, really badly.
Mm.
But I don't think this game is that.
I will. Okay, the only argument I could try to make against you is like, well, not everyone's going to play so professionally in that game and all that, but then, like, it is a straw man, but you know someone's going to make that stupid fucking point.
But the game does not actually enable that gameplay. You can tell because
Yeah, exactly.
the HP bars are way too. They're too bullet spongy. There's no way to actually harass. The gameplay is very linear. There's no resource extraction. There's no like tells or like tech tree branching in this game, from what I can tell, right? And so I don't think it's like a very competitive like esports product. And I keep attaching, like I said, right. I know people
do
be
like
like, oh, maybe it's not an esports product. You really think that Games Workshop does not want like their own version of StarCraft 2? Like they're even trying to turn the tabletop game into an esports, man. Like, come on. Why do you think that the first two like actual gameplay footage from Dawn of War 4 is like a battle report? Like this entire like background image that they're going right now is just basically this. I keep showing that. It's just basically this. They're just trying to do that, right?
The Zerglocks here.
You know,
I love the
was just the entire trailer was just that. They're trying to appeal to that crowd. That's why they made it into a battle report.
Have you ever heard of a YouTube channel called Shredded Nerd? This is outside of 40K.
No.
Okay. Maybe I might. Oh no! Is actually, you know what? It's on the bottom left. You see the thumbnail?
Wait.
Oh no, not bottom left, bottom right. With the under the video, that guy right there. Okay, not the Concord one. He has a specific video that you're talking about, and it's about the video. I think it was called "Stop Supporting Pro Players" or some shit. Because that's how games fail. Because you're trying to appeal for the tryhards and all that, or for the esports and all that, even though it's meant to be the opposite. You know, kind of like you. Okay, how did he say it? Games are not successfully for one thing. They are successful based on variety. For example, he plays a lot of Halo, so he's like, people will play campaign, multiplayer, and constant games and all that. You need people who they're not sweaty or tryhards, like they're there 10 hours a day or anything, but you need some of them to just log in regularly, like a dedicated fan base. You don't need
Yeah.
tryhards. You need people who either plays most likely a variety of them and just a dedicated fan base. And then you can add esports later when you have a good amount of people. But this one, yeah, as you said, they're jumping the gun. Like,
Well,
look,
the thing
if we
is
just
that
put them on esports.
the thing is that like how esports actually happened in the first place, because it's a very organic process. Like the StarCraft one come out thinking it's going to be an esports game. No, the entire idea was just entirely foreign when StarCraft 1 came out. The entire reason why it came out was because it was such a good product. There were so many layers to that game. There were so many ways to play that game that people got sucked in. And eventually, when there's that amount of interest into that one, it's almost like, a star like building up, right? Like there's so much gravity attracting towards that game, then naturally people will be like, okay, who's the best player in this game? And then that's how the entire like thing about the esports actually happened. So the game actually has to be like, it has to be like a very good product versus like a very organic process, and you can't actually force that to happen. And that's why so many games fail, is that they place the answer in front of the question. The horse is, the car is in front of the horse. It's the wrong way around. And so, what I'm trying to say is that I don't think, from what I can see,
I was going to say,
there's not enough layers in this game to get to where I think Games Workshop expects this game to be. Oh, honestly, I think the expectations are quite low. I'll be honest with you. I think the expectations are quite low in this game. They probably want this to be more of like a DLC cash cow, kind of like a Space Marine 2, but for RTS, really.
Someone pointed out this a while ago, and yeah, you say it's a cash cow game. That is partly true, but I think the way they made their argument was basically like, notice how every single game, recent games that have been coming out have been it's more of an advertisement than a game. So if we put out Space Marine 2, have titles and all that, and then we release the models to make people buy it, then that will be a successful advertisement.
It's vertical integration.
Yes.
Yeah, it's exactly called vertical. And we saw that with the Total War 40K trailer, where they showed off the new hardboards, the orcs and like quote-unquote Terminator armor. They showed up in the trailer, and then, magically they got leaked. And Valrak talked about it. And they were like, oh, these guys are getting an update. Because the old models were quite old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I do agree with that, yeah.
That's how I see it with 40 games at this point. Why do they fail? Because they're not made as games. They're made as products to make you buy their models because you're so invested into a game. So you're like, oh, I love Tiny. Let me just have a model of him. That's pretty much it.
And I think it's just emotional capture as well. So like it gets you into like a cultish mindset where, 40K is the only thing you think about. Okay, the ultimate goal is to make you spend all your money in 40K. So to enable that to happen, they sell you, here's 40K on your mobile, here's 40K on your computer game, here's 40K on your console game, here's 40K offline. You can start painting 40K even, you don't have the internet. So here are some books, here are some paint you can, fuck around with.
Everything 40K.
Yeah, everything will be 40K, right? And so when the only thing you think about is Warhammer 40K, that's where all your money is going to go.
Yeah, and it's going to feel foreign if you hear any other factions or people talk about any other thing, because all you know is 40K, which is, that's weird.
And on top of that, it becomes like tribalism. It's almost like, I'm going to pull a very weird example. It's going to be like Genshin Impact, where like this entire, everything will just like gravitate towards like a me versus them attitude, where eventually people will just accept any shit they shovel at you because it's your side, right? And then there'll be other products that will come out like K-47 or like Trench Crusade or StarCraft, the tabletop game, for example. And they may be better product, they may be superior product at a much cheaper price. But because you are already so emotionally captured by this entire IP that the other product could be better, but you will just totally ignore that. In fact, you'll be hostile to that because your entire personality, your entire ego is already captured by Games Workshop. And I think that is the final goal that they're trying to do, because it becomes like Disney, right, with Disney adults.
Yes. But even with that, for some reason, Star Wars is making some good shit on the side where I'm just like, okay. Kinda.
I mean, gee, that's kind of. I mean, with Kathleen Kennedy gone, who knows?
True. What about that movie, Andor? For
Andor.
show?
Oh, the show. I think Andor was actually. I think season 1 was like a little slow, but I think Andor was like overall like a product for Star Wars. I mean, the newest movie, like Grogu and the Mandalorian one. That one was a
Yeah, that's why I said
Buff Jabba. That was like people were talking about Buff Jabba more than actual Grogu.
The son of Jabba the Hutt somehow, and then he's just beef as fuck. And then some people in the comments, and then people are in the comments are like, "Whoa, they were a warrior race, so that is pretty accurate." And I'm like, okay. Like,
I mean,
for me, I'm just like, I don't watch it, so I don't care.
I mean, you're already like completely just like screwed over the lore anyway, so might as well make it interesting, I guess, you know?
I mean, Disney did the whole thing of Star Wars Legends and Star Wars canon bullshit, so they can insert whatever they fucking want to put in. So
Cloveback is like, I kind of zoned out. Oh, wow, that's very encouraging. You know what? Thanks for sticking around. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's keep going.
4 primary factions to include the Space Marines, Orcs, Necrons, and Adeptus Mechanicus, a campaign consisting of 70 missions and several hours worth of cinematics and cutscenes. Last Stand.
Does this not like play like an ad? Like,
it plays
you know
like
how
an
some
ad.
videos have like share space or like ground news like attached in the middle of it? Doesn't that sound like one of those ads?
And he made some bullshit like, we're going to have endless cinematics and all that. I'm like, dude, you haven't even played the campaign. Shut the fuck up.
And the trust is going, like, he is just trusting the developers completely. And that is the worst thing to do in the modern day gaming environment. You never trust the developers. Like, even Monster Hunter. Like, everyone was glazing Monster Hunter World. Like, even Asmongold Gold was like glazing Monster Hunter World. It's like, yeah, you know what? You'll be safe to pre-order Monster Hunter Wild. You know, the Japanese devs are fucking based. You know, it will definitely 140%. It'll be the product.
Yeah.
And then Monster Hunter Wilds came out, and then there were like barely any bosses. There was like the campaign was a complete shit show. There were optimization issues. The guy, I forgot his name. He's quite famous, right? The Japanese dude. He came out. He had to actually bow his head to the camera because of how shit Monster Hunter Wilds came out in such a bad state. You cannot actually like trust it. Anyone telling you to trust modern day developers is a fucking snake. Or they're stupid. What?
That guy that had to come up and apologize and bow his head onto them, I'm like, you know what? I can respect that a little bit, but at the same time,
he's Japanese and it's Monster Hunter. It's like a big thing over there. Yeah, people were very upset over it.
I mean, can't blame them. Like the moment they heard Japanese, that immediately equates to, oh yeah, I've heard Yakuza. Yeah, they make good games and all that crazy shit.
They take things to, like, you look at the Korean soccer team. Like, they fucked up a FIFA tournament, and now there's like a parliamentary investigation on how badly they fucked. Do you guys have like
what the fuck?
It's like they like operate on like an entirely different level. It's like, oh, you fucked up, this hobby. This sport. I mean, I'm underselling it. Definitely, I am definitely underselling it. But can you imagine how seriously they take things over there?
Why?
And even then, Monster Hunter Wilds was a complete shit show when it came out. I think it still kind of is. I haven't logged back in for a while. Oh, Hydrate.
It's one of those games. Yeah.
Why am I apologizing?
The Japanese side is kicking in.
Mhm.
For me, yeah, I don't know. Like, again, you have to understand, like, I've seen games from 2010s a little bit before and then a little bit afterwards. And the moment that I see a half-baked game, I will not see it again. I rarely give a second chance on a game.
Mm.
Because the problem is, right, the reason most of these games make it half-baked is to get those sales, but also people just buy them because their standards are fucking low. And I'm just like, and I just lose respect on the developers. I don't know how else to explain this. It's basically they do it low effort on purpose. They don't actually try, and then they're like, "Here you go, done." What the
The
fuck?
trouble is that they push out a half-baked product, and if people stop playing that game, they will never fix it. So I can imagine if Dawn of War 4 came out. Oh, by the way, I don't even need to go to Dawn of War 4. I can go to Dawn of War 3.
Mhm.
When Dawn of War 3 came out, they promised a lot of things. They were promising DLCs and everything, and the moment the game bombed, they never fulfilled any of them. So the entire operation model
Yeah.
is this. They will push out a half-baked game. Things will be missing. Resources will not be properly allocated in. They will see. It's literally like a bait on the end of a fish hook. If the fish
I
does not
fucking hate
bite,
that.
then they're not going to
Yeah.
invest any energy into it. Everything that they promise will go away, just like Dawn of War 3. I actually want someone to address that. Like, what the fuck happened to Dawn of War 3? And will that actually happen to Dawn of War 4? If people stop playing Dawn of War 4, will we actually get all these like epic campaigns that'll be, rolled out? All these DLCs, all these map modes, these maps that were promised, will they actually come out if no one played this game? This is why you can't trust modern day developers. They've lied for a lot.
Yeah, no, that is a good question. Yeah, no, I can't say much. Like, the only okay, I know you say you don't trust we don't trust like modern day developers. The only ones that I've trusted so far is the developers who make the Forever Winter so far.
Mhm.
And so far from what they are doing seems pretty promising. They announced their game on release that is an early access game, so they're gonna work on a couple things, and it might take years. Who knows?
I think
And
that's
also,
more
when
of
you
an
go,
exception, though.
it is the exception. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it like, oh, this is the standard. This isn't an exception to
Mhm.
the rule that there are developers who generally want to make something. And obviously, the resume was like, oh, they've worked on AAA studios before, but not as in like, oh, we made
You need
famous
to
games
teach
or
me
anything.
about
But it's just,
Forever Winter, one of these streams. We need to do one of those. My first experience with Forever Winter, because I've looked at that game and honestly looks really good. I have no idea what it's about, but it looks really good. I see lore videos as well, but I got no idea what it's about.
yeah,
But
there's
not
no
now, not now.
actual,
Obviously, we're going to go on forever. We're
there's no
halfway done
lore.
with a
There's
9-minute
actually
video.
no lore. It's very mid,
All right, let's
very
keep going.
limited.
And skirmish mode and multiplayer. And all of these modes support co-op. This is the widest range of game modes
I do like the co-op bit. Like, I have to come in and say I do like the co-op. I like games with co-op. That's
ever
just me.
introduced in a Dawn of War game,
I
let
have not
alone
seen
in
it.
the
So
Sorry.
I have not seen it.
RTS industry in general. So if you've never played an RTS or the entire genre just intimidates you because of how complicated it
Hi,
can
Crusher.
be, Dawn of War 4 is actually going to be the ideal game to start off with. Additionally, this wouldn't be a Warhammer 40k game if it didn't have a great customization that allowed you to live your best 40k life. So of course, King Ar-
I feel like this is,
I'm dying.
yeah, he's saying like this is like a new thing, but it's been there since ever. Dawn of War 1.
Yeah.
Our
I'm
games
just going to
is
skip
going to
through
be
it.
including the army painter from every previous Dawn of War game.
I'll be shocked if
Cool.
there was no army painter. Oh no! Oh
Wait.
no! Oh no! Imagine if they make you pay for the colors like they did with Space Marine 2.
I'm gonna. Okay. I'm trying to be
I did
family
not even
friendly.
consider this. Like, I did not even consider this. Bro, I should be working for them. I should be working for them. Make them pay money to unlock like the color black and like white and like gold.
Or grind, or make yourself grind more on the game, and then you get credits to spend that in-game credits.
Oh, make
for
them do
that color.
dailies. Yeah, make them do dailies. So it looks like
Time
a lot
is
of people
money.
are playing this game, but like no one really wants to play this game, right? They're just doing there for the OCD. Oh my god, this is brilliant. I should be working for them. I'm gonna email them right now.
You have no. I like I say it like I'm an edgy fucking teen. Like, you have no idea how much I can manipulate people, but it's just like I just know a couple things how to do it, but I just like, choose not to.
Like the inner Asian like businessman is coming out of me.
Game. If they didn't ship the game with this, I would be worried. But
I'm
for the
rubbing
most
my hands
part,
right
Dawn
now.
of War 4 looks like it's going to appeal to two audiences: Warhammer 40k fans and potential Warhammer 40k fans.
He's correct.
Do you know where? I'm gonna let you and Crusher know what's coming. Crusher is
Two
gonna know what's coming.
audiences: Warhammer 40k fans and potential Warhammer 40k fans. Which
You know what that reminds me of? Have you seen blah, 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 blah.
Jesus Christ, Lucas all over the place.
Yeah, it reminds me of this. Okay, I'm not sure if you've seen this.
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
Shark footage.
Guess his head looks like a hammer. These sharks are
oh my
attacking
God.
Nicole Richie.
Alright.
Yes, the shark is a... What the... This shark places
What?
on Earth. Sharks can only be found in two places on Earth, the northern and southern hemispheres. Sharks...
So let me replay that for you for like a.
No.
Let me replay that for you, and then let me frame this again, all right?
two audiences. But for the most part, Dawn of War 4 looks like it's going to appeal to two audiences: Warhammer 40k fans and potential Warhammer 40k fans.
And so I'm gonna replay this part.
Over
Okay.
a decade. Sharks can only be found in two places on Earth, the northern and southern hemispheres.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this game only applies to two type of people: 40k fans and non-40k fans.
No, he said potential one for the K fans, but yeah, no, I get what you
Yeah,
mean.
I mean, when you say the word potential, you know,
You know what that reminds me of? That
Yeah. I mean, everyone's
was-
potential 40k fan.
and that's a Greek joke, but I can't.
I'm
bring it up 'cause it
potentially
doesn't make
Greek.
sense.
I'm potentially at Kratos if I go to the gym.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm from Hellas or Greece. I don't know. Crazy. I was about to say, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that video of a kid choking, and then the adult comes around and
Yeah.
shakes him by the shoulders, and it says, "Are you choking? Are you choking?" That's what it reminds me of a little bit. I don't know. It's just stating the obvious, but it's so stupid. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
This game could. It's like this game can potentially be bad or potentially be good.
Which is
But
exactly
guys-
what a great Warhammer 40k game should be trying to do. It's not trying to be an esport, and it's not trying to
Wait, I
appeal
just figured
to a
something,
wider
right?
audience.
Oh, wait,
And
imagine
it's
esports,
trying
wait,
to
I
be an
missed that part.
esport, and it's a great Warhammer 40k game should be trying to do. It's not trying to be an esport, and it's not trying to appeal to a wider audience.
Okay, the esports. Okay, so if it's not trying to appeal to an esports, why is the first, like, discounting all the trailers? Why is the first gameplay footage and esports, like in an esports format? Your first gameplay footage is literally Space Marines versus Orcs as like a battle report in the same way as like this without the person. You know, they were doing this.
Man, the
I
hype.
like you keep showing this. I don't know why. I just like the dude kiting. He's running away, shooting, running away,
Yeah.
shooting.
So,
I
so
just
they,
like
they
it.
could have played single player stuff, right? They could have played single player footage. They could have played some other footage, right? It could
Yeah.
even be like a multiplayer game that's cut into certain parts. So why was it formatted? Why was it framed in an esports way with like actual casting, with like actual commentary, the same way that they do for
Yeah.
StarCraft?
Okay, I got an idea in my head right now from a little bit of our previous talk. If I walk forward, there are two potential ways. I'm going to go south or north when I walk forward.
there's gonna be a positive and negative vector. When I walk, there's either a positive or negative magnitude involved. Anyways,
When I
it's
walk
getting too
forward,
nerdy.
it's either the left or the right foot.
And this is extremely clear because Dawn of War 4's story is the developer's #1 priority. For the first time in...
The story is the #1 priority, but they've
What
never
the f-
showed... Yeah,
Nah,
I'll let
we
you take
never
this
had
one.
story. Yeah, we never had story from 1, 2, and fucking... Okay, I'm malfunctioning, stuttering, and having an aneurysm of how stupid that comment was. The fuck do you mean this is the
You
best
see
story?
why I am showing you this video?
You know what? We had George.
It's
Okay, that image right there. That image right there. We had George Floyd as a Mechanicus motherfucker dies for his massa, and the massa just leaves.
You know why I know that the story is not the strongest part of this entire
Unfortunately,
game?
no.
Well, #1 is the map, how the map is laid out. But discounting that,
True.
right? You remember when Dawn of War 2, like Chaos Rising? I think that is the most like story-driven Dawn of War 2 game. They were immediately selling the whole the chaos corruption meter. They were immediately selling like all the new war gears and how the war gear some of it requires like chaos like corruption to actually equip, but you're doing like this RPG thing.
What was it? It's been a while since I played Dawn of War 2 campaign, but basically, if I recall, either one of your boys get corrupted and all that, but very subtly because of the whole planet being exterminatus and all that because of the first game. But I think Dawn of War 2 did they did it a little bit more stronger with their story compared to Dawn of War 1. But Dawn of War 1 was fine. It was just that when people look at that, they're like, oh, it's a little bit boring and all that. And I'm like, no. This is quite accurate to what, Space Marines act and all that, despite of the high difference, but we don't talk about that. But overall, though, how Space Marines act, how they talk, and how chaos corruption can influence even the strongest librarians and all that is, I don't know, even though it's simple, it makes so much sense. It's just that Dawn of War 2 just spiced it a little bit, but they didn't do too much.
Was revolutionary in my mind because it laid out the entire theme. It laid out the entire like framework of how like a Space Marine sounds, like how a Space Marine reacts. Like, if you have to realize, like before Dawn of War 1, we had those like really budget like turn-based games with like really low budget, and it's just like any sound effects you have is like a guy it's like speaking in a shed, right? It's like very amateur level. And Dawn of War 1 was a game that did not have like a lot of budget in there. But at the same time, if you besides like the artworks and stuff laying down like how the grim darkness of like 40K, outside of that, Dawn of War 1 actually laid down a lot of the backbone and a lot of the framework, and even the memes. Like there were so many memes that came from like Dawn of War 1 that we would not have if not for that game. Like a lot of that stuff like was like a development of Dawn of War 1. It was like an actual like renaissance of how people actually saw the entire franchise, and stuff like dreadnoughts going like, even in death I still serve, and then becomes the meme where it's like, even in death I still serve, and he's like holding like a tennis racket, or he's like on a little like surfboard or shit like that. Like all the memes and stuff that came out of it, laid out the entire fabric for how people imagined Warhammer 40K.
Absolutely.
Even though the story was not good, it laid down like the entire fabric of everything. It just in my mind, it was amazing. It was amazing. Like you did not have to read the books or anything like that. And you have to remember, like the game probably had no budget either. Like for what they had and how much came out of it, it was crazy. It was amazing.
And also, it brought 3rd edition look into life as well. And people don't really think about that. Like most of the time they think about like this a turn-based slop where they're like, oh, they have really good acting and all that, but it doesn't. It's like making turn-based as a tabletop, but on a video game because you couldn't get your ass up and play with your friends on a table. But I think that shit is boring because that doesn't make the game alive of what Warhammer 40k universe looks. Warhammer 40k is not like a turn-based thing. People move, they talk, they do shit around. They don't be like, oh, it's your turn? Okay, my turn now. Kind of bullshit. Like it's fucking chess.
Oh, that's
I
an
don't know.
entire like box that you can
Topic.
really go into. Yeah, because a lot of people are saying that like 40k tabletop needs to have like alternative not alternative I forgot the actual term, but not like my turn, your turn, but like you do it as like units, like reactive movements and stuff like that to make it more organic.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, they had that in Kill Team. Yeah, I believe they have that in Kill Team, but not like in the main game. And that's like an entire conversation because people like Kill Team for that reason.
I think I know why they're still running that the same system where it's like, oh, it's my turn, your turn kind of thing. And they're grabbing that whole fucking idea from the 1800s where all they have to do is like, oh, these units move forward and the other units moves forward. And then the first one shoots and the other one shoots. Basically, it's just a very old, like, wargaming idea. And then they brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, it was a development of like Kriegspiel, where it was like the first tabletop, it was like the first tabletop war game kind of. And like Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k it's really just like based upon like the old Napoleonic type like shooting and charge games. And back then people weren't really that serious about the game and they weren't really that, you know, advanced. They did not have like all these mechanics to consider, right? So my turn, your turn was like kind of the gentleman way to actually do it, but it doesn't really fit anymore. Like people have moved on from that and people have experienced other things, so the requirements have naturally changed. And I feel like we're going off topic now.
Yep. We can keep it for later.
Let's move on.
Dawn of War's history, the developers are actually consulting a black library, aka a Warhammer or Warhammer 40k.
Let's keep going. We already discussed this.
Yeah, we already discussed this.
To write the narrative for
the writers are celebrities and the artists get forgotten
for them. John French wrote the first Siege of Terra novel, Solar War.
Is he good?
Okay, it's been a while, okay? John French is mid. It's like, okay. And I like he picked that fucking book out of all things. Actually, do I have a physical copy? Let me check. There you go. Yes, I do. Okay, my fucking
Are you okay?
Yeah. Something was about to hit the floor, and yeah.
Models.
No, it wasn't my models. It's a audio box thing. I forgot the name, but yeah. That's where I plug my headset instead of directly to the PC. But yeah, that book.
Excuse me. Yep.
Is okay. It's mid.
It's okay.
The whole context. That whole context in that book was about the preparation of the Siege of Terra because Horus is coming and all that.
Yeah.
Art style wise, I
want to know who drew this. Like it should be like cover is by I don't know.
Yeah.
Chef Mike.
I will say Horus Heresy should be different to the 40k space, in my opinion. But at the same time,
I'm gonna look it up.
Do Horus Heresy credit this shit?
What has he worked on? What has John French worked on? Oh, he's worked on God's Ghost. He's worked on Horus Heresy. He's worked on some of the roleplay books.
Yeah, he's mainly more known for Horus Heresy, as far as I'm aware. But his writing style is just mid. I've never heard anything good about him. Like, oh, he made these series and was really, really good. Kind
Oh,
of
he
shit.
did the Crimson Fist. I know some people like the Crimson Fist. Dropside Massacre. I mean, okay, so I think the consensus is that, you know, it works, all right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, I still cannot trust what he's saying, because if the story was any good, if the single player experience, maybe the story is really good, right? But if the single player experience is so revolutionary, if it's the actual hook of that game, I think that they're probably put it in the trailer.
Okay,
there
here's
will
the
be
thing,
more
right?
marketing for it.
Problem is, they did that same fucking thing with Dark Tide.
Yeah.
Where they said, oh, you know, we got this writer called Dan Abnett, and he's going to start writing stories about it. And we didn't get any much story progression for months.
Oh, and yeah, you just brought up something very, very interesting. Yeah, it doesn't not matter how good the story is. If you're going to chop it up and release like one paragraph every single, like twice a year, no one is going to care.
Yeah, no, there's not much progression. You're just going to keep repeating the same slop. Nobody's investing in the story because there's no story to begin with. And Dan Abnett writing the thing is irrelevant because there's no story or campaign. It's just bleh.
If they're going to lock the story progression and all the little like twists and turns over like DLC season pass content and split it up over like 10 years, no one's really going to care.
Yeah, no, like that. Look, Dark Tide for me was such a massive disappointment, and I just don't touch that game. Not because just the game itself, but because of Fat Shark. They repeated the same shit like how they did with Vermintide 2, and people, I don't know, for some reason people don't understand this. Fat Shark has repeating the same shit how they did it with Vermintide 2. It could look aesthetically pleasing and all that, but their launch was so astronomically dog shit, and they keep doing the same work on their game where they just make anything that was conveniently could have been at the launch, didn't do that, so they just spread it all over the place after 2 to 4 years or whatever, and then finally they get a full game. But even with that, it's not enough. Like, it's not a good game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with that.
I'm just wondering right now if they can a good story save a bad game? Like if Dawn of War comes out, Dawn of War 4 comes out, and it's all clunky, it's not very fun. You know, there's some optimization issues and stuff like that. Does having a good story save the game? Does it factor in at all?
Gameplay is usually a priority.
Because it's a game, right?
Yes. Oh, dude, it's like, yeah. I'm not going to add too much, but gameplay is king. If you don't have good gameplay, then story doesn't matter. But at the same time, it depends where your priority is going to lie to, first of all. Do you want to be, kind of like story driven, but how are you going to complement that with the gameplay and all that? Question for the people to think about.
All right, let's keep going.
When it comes to setting the stage for massive battles and legendary wars, he's the guy for the job. Additionally, Games Workshop has come a really...
I like it. There's no example. Hold on.
No. Yeah, just let him chill, man.
It's just like a quick video. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, probably.
Long way since the original Dawn of War game. Many of the more massive 40k games are crafted...
Imagine like getting into Warhammer 40k. You watch the secret level episode where they just level, like the Space Marines just level all these characters, and you go back and watch this cutscene where one Space Marine just gets like absolutely destroyed by one Orc boy. I wonder how people would feel.
Of war game. Many of the more massive 40k games are crafted to fit into the mold.
To be fair, secret level wasn't like peak, okay?
But for the normies, I mean, I've seen enough reaction channels where like all the normies go absolutely like their jaw like falls down to the ground, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is like the best thing I've ever watched." You know, shit like that.
For me, it was a little different. Like for me, they were very stiff when they were fighting against those combats, when they were fighting against the chaos, fucking humans.
Wonder
it was
Woman
very.
is it just me or does most 40k suck?
Yeah, most of them suck.
Stream's over, so yeah.
I mean,
Joker.
again, like I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if you were here earlier when I mentioned it, but
Yo,
40k right now is not about making a good game. It's just a direct advertisement to their models, so you can go buy them. And Dawn of War 4 is going to be no more different.
so it's kind of like Hasbro with Transformers.
Okay, you don't talk shit about Transformers. I love that shit, man. Oh, actually, funny. Actually, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Transformers 1?
Yeah, are you going to talk about the Japanese ending and the Hasbro ending?
Okay, I have not gone on to that part yet, okay? I've watched the original one, but I was about to say, Transformers 1 had such a shit marketing.
Yeah.
That...
Oh, I thought you were talking about G1. No, sorry, yeah. The movie, yeah.
Yeah, Transformers 1, the movie, had shit marketing, but it was so good, man. It was actually a good movie.
I liked it. I really liked it.
But it was weird. It's like the opposite effect. Like GW is putting all these advertisement, but the game is shit. But then you have Transformers 1 that does the exact opposite. It's just weird. But hey, look.
Transformers 1 was a tragedy. The fight scene at the end where Optimus Prime, actual Optimus Prime fight, like actual Megatron, that was such a good fight. Like what's the word? Choreography. I'm mispronouncing it.
Oh, yeah.
How it's set up with like how he trips up Megatron and the swings, and then the fight feels so organic. That was like a masterpiece in animation. I think if you hated secret level fight scenes where they're like really stiff, you probably love the fight scene in Transformers 1, how fluid it is.
They did the opposite. So instead of just using like motion cap or anything, they literally animate the whole thing where they're like, okay, it's mostly the director, right? The director was responsible for that, where he was like, okay, let's do the opposite of not doing motion capture, or else it will just be two dudes just clobbering each other while, just punching each other while rolling on the floor.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, they're Transformers. They can transform. Let's make them actually look like Transformers and fight like Transformers. And you'll see, and
they like transform and like into a truck and like ram Megatron and transform back and start like fighting like a humanoid. That was really good.
And the exhaust on Optimus, that they've never been mentioned. Now they're actually flamethrowers. The director came up with that.
And you know what? It's probably like when you're like a kid, you probably think of that as well. You think like the jet engine can fire missiles. I mean, I didn't know it was good.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I lived next to an airport, and I did not know what a jet engine was, so I naturally thought like, oh, those are plasma projectors.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
can't blame you.
Yeah. You must shoot something. Right? Why does it look like a barrel?
I know there's Bayformers, but that's a different story. But without Bayformers, no Transformers 1. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, always going to lead up to something. I wonder where Dawn of War 4 is going to lead up to. Will we ever get like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? And I'm using the word rainbow quite metaphorically here, if you know what I mean.
They're going to go for gold. Narrative go straight to the ground.
Sorry?
At the end of the rainbow, they're not getting gold. They're going back down to the earth. Because it's an arch.
It's an illusion. You're never actually going to get to there.
Of Warhammer 40k.
Well, I mean, I thought, no. Never mind. I did not know that metaphor worked out so well. Anyways.
With how Space Marine 2...
Sorry?
You understand metaphor? Shit, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Arcing narrative of Warhammer 40k. We've seen this with how Space Marine 2 directly contributed to the overarching story of the Ultramarines with Captain Titus, and how Darktide introduced the Alpha Prime.
Oh, it's your second favorite game. I like how, I mean, I've obviously watched this, that's why I recommended this to you, but I like how you've never pre-watched this, but you're already leading up to it. It's like, you can smell.
I want to fucking die. Oh my god. Okay. Look, credit where credit's due when it comes to Darktide.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, with
Mhm.
music and all that,
Yep.
it's not bad. I
Yeah.
like it. Wow.
Yeah. The
My
story was
main
probably good as
problem-
well. It's just the developers.
The story's mid. Okay, I'm not gonna give that praise. Okay, that shit is mid.
I mean, if they
Um,
actually like, I feel like everything's been chopped up. If everything was kind of like
Well-
released ready at the same time without like all the DLC nonsense, I think the story would have flowed a lot better.
I'm sorry. Are you saying Fat Shark should do effort? No, thank you.
But they're a
You're
big
gonna have to
company. They're taking my money, guys. Why am I paying them?
You
I'm paying
wait
them
for
again with the
6
DLC.
years?
I'm paying them again with I cannot pronounce it.
RBDs, yeah.
Diabetes.
You know what? Nah, you wait for them for 6 years and then they fully release the game.
No, they'll never do that. That's very
It's
dystopian.
It's
That is
so
so dystopian.
fucking...
You should be writing 40k novels.
Nellop exists, dies, the end.
Dawn of War 4 is taking it to the next level. Not only are they going to continue the story of
Okay,
the Blood Ravens,
question.
who are
I'm gonna I'll let you shoot. I'm gonna let you shoot your shot. I know maybe what you
very
mean.
short. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask a question though. When you look at those visuals, don't they look like a fucking mobile game?
I think they're sharing assets. I just
I
feel
would
like
not
they're
be
sharing
surprised.
assets with like Total War 40k and the mobile games.
Maybe,
And
yeah,
Space
maybe.
Marine 2.
Can't say. Sure.
If it's all run off the same engine, like if it's all run off like Unreal, then they can technically just use the same assets and shade them differently. They might retexture them differently, but if it's all on the same engine, then it's perfectly viable.
Sure. But whenever you see ads, usually
Yeah,
mobile ads, you look at
Yeah.
them, you're like, is it going to be a mobile game? And that happened a couple of times where people thought it was Space Marine 2. No, it's just a mobile game. Kill me.
it's actually a gacha game called Arknight's Infinite. No, I'm just I'm
Yeah, sure,
referring
fuck
to
it.
that like cursed as the clip that we play sometimes on our videos with like Titus doing the
Mhm.
little heart.
Oh,
No, that was Charon doing the little heart. That was from
I
Arknight's Infinite.
love that fucking thing. Yeah, I have it.
Sorry,
Still.
I'm gonna go back like 10 seconds because I'm gonna address something.
Alpha Primus Scutari for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Dawn of War 4 is taking it to the next level. Not only are they going to continue the
Hold
story
up.
of the Blood
Hold up,
Ravens,
I just
who are
noticed something.
What?
Go back.
How far back?
Oh, sorry. Is that 2 scopes?
I think there's like 3 scopes. Maybe.
What the fuck do you need that for?
I don't know. Like there's even the scope behind the iron sights. He's got
Cyrus
like a
not even
scope in
looking
his
at
eye
it.
as well.
What?
The guy is like tactical maxing. It's like donut operator's like future descendant or something. He just likes to accessorize.
Nah, he had to improve ergonomics, so he had
Yeah,
to put 3
the gene seed,
scopes.
the Primarch was like Kentucky ballistics or something. I don't know.
Fuck.
Some Texan DNA got in there because I've never seen a gun like that, right? He just wanted everything. Hey, what
That's
accessories do you want for your gun? Yes.
Cursed weapons, about 40k. What the fuck?
But like seriously, it might be low accurate. They're blood ravens. They can't help themselves. They like all the bling on their gun. Considering they're blood ravens, this might be the most low accurate thing in this entire video.
God damn it.
It is a joke, but at the same time, blood ravens, they like shiny things.
taking it to the next level. Not only are they
Like, imagine if the Space Marine starts looting the orcs. Like, how dystopian would be that? Like, usually it's the other way around. But you get, like, the Blood Ravens, like, looting the orcs back instead.
going to continue the story of the Blood Ravens, who are personally my favorite Space Marine chapter, but
Anyways, the point I wanted to make is that, like, he talked about how they're going to develop the Blood Ravens, right? But then he says
How?
that while there's no Gabriel Angelos anywhere, and he does not mention that one bit.
I keep forgetting about that, and I think it should be mentioned, but I don't know if it's too late already to
No,
talk
this is
about
the
it.
perfect time. I'm going to go back again. I'm sorry for the audience, because I think it bears like repeating.
the story is. Dawn of War 4 is taking it to the next level. Not only are they going to continue the story of the Blood Ravens, who are personally my favorite Space Marine chapter, but
Because I mean, the whole like appealing aside, are you going to mention Gabriel Angelos? Where is he? He just got cucked by Titus as the poster Space Marine boy, and then I don't know. He decided to pull a rope. I don't know.
Just like how they did with oh my god, I forgot his name now. Yarrick. Where they killed him off screen. They're gonna do the same thing with Angelos. They're like, oh, he died. Anyways.
You know what? You know the prologue that they're going to release after the main game's released? I feel like that might actually be it. I feel like the prologue would be like, the quote-unquote prologue that comes after the main game. It's going to be like Gabriel dies, and then like Cyrus becomes like the chapter master or something.
Actually, that will make me laugh. Isn't he a captain, though?
Cyrus?
Yeah.
He's a scout sergeant. I think he's like technically he's a veteran. Like he could be with how the organizations are placed in. I think he could be like a Stern Guard veteran type level, like a Space Marine veteran. But he chose to go back and actually become a scout sergeant to better guide the Space Marine scouts. And then he got really mad because like a bunch of them died during one of the older. I think it was Dawn of War 3.
2. Oh.
No, I think it's 3 because he started cursing out. Wait. No, Dawn of War 1 Soulstorm, because he started cussing out the guy who got everyone killed with his deep strike shenanigans. What's his name? Like Boltstorm. Boldeus, Bolt something.
Are you sure it's not Dawn of War 2? Because I remember.
No, because Dawn of War 2 was the one where he was cussing him out.
We might get back to this a little bit later. I just can't recall right now.
Sure. The Space Marines, they don't need scopes. Well, Wonder Waffle, the spam that in chat. No, I get you. It makes no sense. At least put the scopes in like if you're going to put scopes there, at least put it in like an accessible place, not behind the iron sights and behind the fucking gun.
You know what? Our stream is accurate to game developers. We give them promise there's going to be Asmongold, and then we're still on this fucking video.
Oh, yeah.
they're also introducing the Dark Angels and the Lion. To give you an idea of how serious Games Workshop takes the story or narrative of Warhammer 40k, the game studios of every Warhammer 40k game or Warhammer game period need to meet with Games Workshop every single week so that they can make sure that the games or the content that they're developing for those games meet a certain quality standard. I'm not sure when...
I'm losing brain cells. And it's like
Games Workshop
1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
This is much harder of a shield than Valrak, and it is actually that is actually impressive.
You see what I mean? You see, I'm not underselling it. I'm not overselling this video. I'm actually like totally serious where I said this video is catastrophic shilling. We have never showed this hard, like this close to the warp. You know, flying close to the sun. We're shilling close to the warp now to the point where it's like heretical.
I really want to start making a video of this, but
you might as well, because I feel like he's not going to stop. I feel like he's not going to stop. He's just going to keep shilling. It's just going to be forever content with you. He's already talking about your other favorite game, which is Space Marine 2.
Absolutely.
This started...
Don't you worry. Actually, you know what?
What?
I was like,
at your own pace, though. At your own pace. I'm not like, I don't want to give you too many ideas. I know you're very busy.
I get ideas and then I just put them on the side, and when I actually start working on them, I just actually work on them. It's just a glue. It's like a sticky note. I'm like, oh, cool. Blip. I'll get back to that when I can.
Yeah,
that's how I think of things.
Money.
I don't know about money. I don't give that much. Relax.
Okay.
But
Patreon memberships now.
Rest assured, this is common practice in the industry when you're working with Games Workshop nowadays. For Dawn of War 4 to...
Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Isn't it like just a
Working with
lot more
Games Workshop.
catastrophic the fact that he says that? So we meet with Games Workshop every single week to get the law correct, but still, despite that,
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Knows her no.
no!
Oh yeah, the
Who-
monkey. Oh no.
Wait, so where's the actual like developers base? So it's like implying if they are in the US or something, they have to take like a 24-hour flight to
Well,
Nottingham every single week just to go.
where's their
got-
base?
Vultures go
where's-
pew. Yeah, the Necrons are the shiny ones. Yeah.
I thought.
Orcs are green. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like you know those like horror corporate stories where people say there's too many meetings, like meetings for the sake of meetings and nothing ever gets done. Like it could have been an email, you know, those type of stories. It just sounds a lot like that. Like, oh, low accuracy. This could have been an email. And also, weren't they like big Dawn of War? I mean, not Dawn of War. What didn't the developers say they were big Warhammer 40k fans?
Uh-huh.
They
Yeah,
did
just
the
like
entire thing they were like painting models and like displaying the models on their show, talking about how
LARPing.
they were like, you know, big Warhammer 40k fans since before they were even born and stuff like that.
The LARP couldn't be any more hard. Meanwhile, I'm just here like, hey guys, I'm here from 8th edition, and then I just looked at old material content, and here's what I think. But meanwhile, these motherfuckers are like, well, yeah, we're fans of 40k. We pay models. We're just
love
like
40k.
you.
We know so much about Warhammer 40k. We have to fly over to Nottingham every single week just
Guys,
to get
how-
tutored by Warhammer 40k. Holy crap! Like we laugh at like the
Aren't we
40k coaching
relatable?
for like $500 every week, but this guy is like these people are spending like actual flight, like actual like travel money just to get like law coaching from Games Workshop.
I love sucking dick for GW, dude. Aren't we just so
Oh,
relatable?
I
and
guess that's
chill
what
and
it's
shit?
for. I guess that's what it's for. It's
I
not
love it.
for some other coaching.
I love it.
Oh, jeez.
Received permission directly from Games Workshop to use the Lion, a Primarch, which is one of the most important characters in the entire narrative of Warhammer 40k, is absolutely insane and shows how much faith Games Workshop has in this game. If Games Workshop trusts this studio to develop a great Dawn of War game, then so do I. And for me,
Imagine if the game comes out badly.
I'm sorry, but fuck it out.
I should save this video because it's like the type of video that'll get like unlisted if the game comes out and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like Mechanicus 2.
this is where the hype really starts to set in, because not only is Dawn of War 4 going to have a great story, not only is it going to have all of these game modes available.
He's already promising stuff that he like has no idea about. There's nothing about the story that like the lion showed up. The lion showed up, and that's about it. There's nothing that's said about the story.
No
There's
Gilliman?
nothing promised. It's just vaporware.
No Gilliman? Oh, where Gilliman at? What are you gonna get him to DLC?
Yvrain, whatever his name is.
Ah,
I really
Efrain,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
Yvrain. As you can see in my little dancing PNG, I'm more of a mecha fanboy than like Yvrain. I don't like Yvrain. She's got no class.
Sure.
Did you know that Yvrain used to be like a Dark Elder succubus? She's a fucking hoe. Like, why people like her? Meanwhile, Mecha is like a Farseer. And her dad's like Eldred.
I can already answer you that, why they're preferring Rain over anything else. They're like, damn, if she's with me in bed, we're gonna have a fun time. You
Yeah,
can't see
I
my
am just
face,
like
but my
Gilliman.
face is just blank.
By extension, if I like her, then I must be Gilliman, which means I am very important and in shape. People listen to me.
On launch, but it's also going to have a lot of post-launch support. In the modern era of
Again, if you just like ignore that this is a YouTube channel, you can almost like if someone wants to lie to you, right, and say that this is like a developer, this is the Dawn of War 4 developer talking to you, you would actually believe that.
Is the word
gamers-
cynical correct?
Sorry?
Is the word cynical correct? Like, I will be very cynical just questioning that
By
shit.
the way, these bikes look stupid as hell. Like, how do they... It's so flat.
I can already tell why bikes weren't added in Dawn of War 1. It would be very awkward, to be honest.
Yeah, unless you've got like a charging mechanic like in like the Battle for Middle-earth game. They handled charging very well in that game, but I don't see how
Yeah.
this will work out in Dawn of War 4. Fuck, I
You,
lost
you
my
shoot?
train of thought.
Yeah, sorry. Because for me, you were talking about the bikes. They look so flat.
Oh no, before that. It's not a
fuck,
point.
okay.
It's fine.
No,
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say.
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna say, like the bikes, like if they were added in Dawn of War 1, the maps probably have to be a lot bigger to give those bikes a lot more space to run around the Space Marines or something.
I think the maps are smaller in Dawn of War 4.
Sure, yeah, no. I'm not saying
Yeah.
they're not. It's just more of that. If you wanted to play a particular map and you want to run bikes, it would just be very awkward if it's small.
Where do you have land speeders though? I mean, that's one thing.
Yeah, but with land speeders, you don't fucking charge in. They can just fly around and shoot. With bikes is just awkward. You just sit
Yeah.
on your chair. You sit on your gaming chair while shooting your bolt pistol sideways and go gang gang. It's just weird.
By the way, I just noticed one thing with the bikes. It's not bad. I'm going on a tangent.
Which
Let's keep
video
going.
games they like.
Oh, this is Nellop's favorite little clip where the
Yes!
shadow.
I love my microwaved fucking knight. Look
They
at those
all-
guns.
Gamers know exactly which video
Yeah.
games they
Look.
like, and they
Mm.
Look at those guns. Look at those textures.
Mm.
Oh, I would not be surprised if this was grabbed from VR chat. They look not so different.
You know, like a Titan/Knight game in VR chat would be pretty cool. Like in VR. Like MechWarrior in VR will actually go pretty hard. We just sit in a chair and it's very immersive.
also like knowing that more content is coming to those games. We already have an idea of how Dawn of War 4 is going to fund future products. It's going to be going with an expansion model where you buy each expansion a la carte. Dawn of War 4 is...
Wait, what? You have to buy each expansion. Oh, wait, he's talking about DLCs. Never mind.
And he's telling you to
Wait.
jump right in. Just give them all your money. We have seen nothing about that, but I tell you what, it's Games Workshop quality, and you can always trust Games Workshop quality. Games Workshop is only known for releasing quality products, so why not?
Map Pack 1 Crusade. So I have to get the first DLC to get a mode, and then the second Crusade to play a Last Stand mode.
Well, this is the magical bit, right? You can buy the pre-order, the Commander's Edition, and you get 3 days early access, which is not a beta test, by the way. And I believe that also gives you a seasonal battle pass for, like, I guess the first 6 months. So just, just pre-order, guys. You're saving money. Guys, you're wasting money by not pre-ordering it.
Is introducing a pair of expansions, the first of which is going to introduce a Blood Ravens story prologue, while the second expansion is...
You see what I mean? The prologue is after the main story. Like, what the fuck? I bet you Gabriel does.
Oh no, he will.
He's dead.
I don't want to put all the eggs in one basket, but if I'm wrong, whatever. But if they're not showing Gabriel as the the poster boy of Dawn of War 4 Dawn of War games anymore, then he's most likely dead.
Yeah. You know what would be really cool? What might actually save this game is if they, well, not save it, but make the story better, is if they actually tell you what happened to your protagonist from Dawn of War 2. The guy, Commander Hairgel. You know who I'm talking about.
He dies.
No, I kind of want him back. I sort of want him to have like a proper story.
Okay, you wanting something, it does not equate the same thing what the developers might do.
Yeah, but what I want is usually a good idea. Like, if I'm the developer, like I'm telling the developers, sell each color, like make them pay like $1 for each color in the custom army painter. And then for the other ones, you can make them do dailies, and so you can like buff out the player rates, to make your game a bit better. I'm just saying.
That is the most accurate description that you've ever said. what I want is always a good idea.
I mean, if I was the developer, but I'm not the developer, so from that point of view, it was a good idea. But from my current point of view, I'd say that's a horrible idea. You should never do that. But if I was trying to make money, that's what I'll do naturally, right?
You know what? I'm going to drink straight from the bottle.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what?
Throat.
I can do one better. Make it a loot
fuck.
box. Turn it into a gacha. Make
I'm gonna
them
take a
roll
shot.
for the colors.
Even though I've already been drinking, but I'm just going to take a shot.
So you want the color white? Well, the color white is a 0.1% like SSR, like super rare color, right? And you have to buy tokens, and then you have to like roll for them. And sometimes you get blue, sometimes you get purple, right? And so you have to spend, maybe we'll guarantee it after you do like 80 rolls, and each 10 roll is maybe like $100, something easy like that. $100 is quite low for like a gacha game. Yeah, $100 would do. Anyways.
Is going to expand the campaign and introduce a new faction. My bet is that they're going to introduce the Chaos Space Marines, because Warhammer 40k does not exist without the struggle between the Imperium and Chaos.
And so what this is really telling me right now is that the game is actually fully released 1 year later.
Yeah.
Nellop is dying. It's like Iron Warriors, though, right? It's the most popular Chaos faction.
Fuck you.
Iron Warriors, it looks like Chaos. No, actually, it does look like. I'm not like. Look at the head stripes and the. It looks very Iron Warrior-ish, so it's probably going to be Iron Warriors.
I thought you were gonna say like you play Iron Warriors, the autistic brain dead army or some shit. I'm like, fuck you.
No, not actually shitposting for once. But no, talking about it seriously, I think the game will actually be at a release-ready state 1 year afterwards, looking at this roadmap. So I feel like the entire like front of this is just going to be like a lot of fixing, a lot of balancing, a lot of performance fine-tuning and all of that.
You want something that I generally hate? Modern gaming. This is one of them.
Yeah. And by the way, yeah, let me just finish this point first, right? And I'll jump back.
Go for it.
And if it's anything like Dawn of War 3, where the game comes out and it's not successful, they just forget the entire like parts of it. Just like Dawn of War 3. I'm just saying it. It happened once already.
That would be so funny.
I can see patterns. Sorry, go on.
Fuck, I was trying to think.
Try.
This is why people like something that is convenient. They want a full game, they want to experience it as a whole package and just run with it. No no bullshit DLCs, no breadcrumbs, no, oh, you have to wait for this and all that. How do I explain this? I don't know if they intentionally doing this. Well, they are, but sometimes they just don't think about like the customer is like you operating a restaurant and they want the whole meal, but instead you're just giving like small course pieces for no reason, even though they want the whole thing. So put that analogy into fucking games. People want the whole fucking game bundle. They don't want pieces of the breadcrumbs. Sure, it makes sense on the developer side, but it doesn't make sense on the gamer side. The gamer side wants something convenient. Why should they buy a game now when they could just get it a year later? Even though a year later, yeah, or during that whole year, they probably already found a different game.
I think that this entire model will not work if it's any other game in any other franchise. If this came out like this for, let's say, Halo or Call of Duty and stuff like that, maybe it does. They do come out with stuff like this, but I think it'll be very criticized, right? But I think 40k fans in general, they're just very used to being milked. They're very the money comes out very easily. They put up with a lot,
which they shouldn't. That's my opinion. Like, that's my genuine thing. Like, they shouldn't. They should set their foot on the ground, but instead. But the problem that we have, I don't know if you read the Genovich comments. Did you read that by any chance?
In my video?
On your recent video?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, what Genovich was talking about. where he said the community is not really a community, and that one I can actually agree with.
Yeah,
because
I
the-
agree with that too.
uh,
That was the quiet
it's-
part that I wasn't actually like. I think he might have read that, but that was like
Mhm.
kind of like the quiet part that I did not really
Think
say
about.
out loud.
Mhm.
I'm quite vocal about it in my streams, but like in that video,
Mhm.
I was trying to be a bit more neutral. No, I think the committee is quite fractured. I think everyone's really trying to get the bag for themselves. It's very shilly. There's very little accountability.
Yes. And I think that's one of the main things I want to hit on is channels, 40K channels, maybe communities or people should be accountable for what they are doing. But um, instead they just let them have it. Same goes with Arj. Like, I know I'm bashing him like a lot of times and all that, but
Mm.
he's also responsible for a couple of things as well. Same goes with anti-woke channels. Same goes with Valrak, Mordian, anyone else really, because there is no accountability. They're so lenient of what they do. They're just like, oh, it's just Valrak. He does all these things. It's like a woman having a car crash, and they're like, oh, women, they always do that shit. Just let them have it. Motherfucker, he killed my kid. Yeah, as you said, no accountability. And this guy probably didn't get much accountability either. And if there was any comments that said anything quote unquote negative, he probably
this
deleted
is a
it.
little bit of a spoiler, but I mean, the dislike ratio is not too bad, but for the channel it is. But if you look into like the newer comment, I mean, when I did look at the newer comments, with the hype but never a pre-order, everyone who pre-orders should have their video game privileges revoked. I'd say the comment section is actually pretty based.
Okay. I
Looks
didn't
like
know.
low effort member berry slop. No pre-orders till release reviews. I'd say people are actually quite based in this comment section. I actually am.
Interesting.
I am very pessimistic about the game, but I'm very optimistic about the comment section. There may be some hope, boys.
Hold up, scroll down. I just saw something stupid.
What?
How Space Marine 2 saved Warhammer 40K games.
Wait, where?
Honestly, under Boogie.
This one?
Yeah.
Damn. If maybe this is for next week. I'll open it.
Leave it for next week. 12 million players on launch, dude.
Read chat.
Why do I have a feeling?
Someone wants you to get on Deadlock. We do the admin gold thing, and then
Fuck
we
off,
can.
Luca. What was I going to say? Why do I have a feeling the dude might have seen my video and he's like, no, it's not a failure, it's a success.
Are you aware of what is this?
No,
Harry.
No, that's just my guess.
Oh, okay.
It's a guess that I'm making because.
By the way, I am going to like Jurassic Park lore for some reason. That's why these videos are popping up.
Fair enough.
I'm looking up everything but Warhammer 40K lore lately.
Concord Syndrome. I love that video. It's pretty good.
I'll watch it afterwards since you recommended it after the stream. Maybe tomorrow is.
Actually, the game is going to be receiving a ton of post-launch support in the form of free updates as well. After launch, the game is already slated to receive 4 different map packs in addition to
By the way, it's something that Dawn of War 3 actually promised and never delivered.
Crusade mode, the mission editor, and 2 different commanders who are going to be playable in The Last Stand and Crusade mode. Crusade mode
Hey, Shake, hiya, not long to go now.
takes heavy inspiration from the
I'm sorry
Dark
for making you guys
Crusade
wait.
or Soulstorm expansions, specifically the stories from those games and how they were played similar to a total war game where you had an entire array of provinces or planets. And
Oh no, not this fucking scene. Oh, I'm getting PTSD. So, if people haven't seen this, this is from the first battle report video.
Yeah.
And these guys are just having normal Space Marines.
Yeah.
And they're shooting the buildings down like they're doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I pointed out was that, you don't have any upgrades like missile launchers or having any devastators or have a specific unit that has rocket launchers to take down buildings much more. But instead, they just have ordinary Space Marines take down buildings very easily.
But you see their oak buildings and they're very ramshackle.
What? Yeah, just kick the fucking door and everything
Guys, remember when
collapses. Yeah, that's how it works.
ramshackle was a rule on tabletop? Ramshackle was really annoying. I'm not sure if Nellop actually encountered this. I fucking hate ramshackle. Anyways, that's just me venting a little bit.
Yeah, just taking a little bit more shots from this cringe.
You conquered those provinces for specific bonuses to your armies. As for the mission editor, we're just going to have to wait and see if it's as in-depth as Halo's Forge mode or Warcraft 3's map editor. Entire
I like that.
genres
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the drone, like the strikes, the bomb strike. I like that stuff. I like the drop pod. I like those little elements that you added in, but then again, it's like those things that it's a shiny gem with a pile of shit, and this game is one of them.
Well, I'll be getting the early access, so you guys can find out. And if my game has performance issues, it means that no one else can play it because I've got like a beefed up fucking rig. If I get performance issues, if I get less than 60 FPS, then yeah.
It was made for console.
games have been created from the custom games made in games like Warcraft 3, where they gave their audience of players the tools to create those games. But
because he mentioned StarCraft 3.
He talked about Warcraft 3 and he's talking about like the custom map editor. So map editing is a good thing because surprisingly enough, people, if you want the game to be a good esports, an interesting map is actually very important. And I'm gonna swivel over to Cyril's game over here, right? Like, I believe this one might be a custom map, but like custom maps make the game look better. It makes things like less symmetrical as well. And so what StarCraft actually does is that in the tournament, right, they will take a vote from the audience, they'll take votes from the players, and then there'll be the tournament organizers themselves. And they do this because at the end of the day, esports is entertainment. And so, so the audience matters. Right. And the issue is that the players want to have very symmetrical games, but the audience wants very entertaining games. And so sometimes the views kind of like, oppose each other, but you try to strike a balance. So I think a map editor would be quite a good idea. I think you can probably make like normal maps on there. I think that's probably fine. That's very easy. But I don't think the game is robust enough for you to actually do like crazy stuff like how they make Defense of the Ancient on Defense of the Ancient is basically like League of Legends, right? That was League of Legends when it was still a custom game on Warcraft 3. So I doubt you can do something like that.
Okay, think of this, right? Think of TF2, even though it's not the best example, but the premise that I want to bring up is very important. You can make as much skill, you can have as much skill as you want, but the games are not predictable or consistent because you have a random like crit or a randomizer or something random, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be too random, or else it would just be very out of the blue. But you don't want to be too consistent because it will be at that point just very boring.
Yeah.
Hardcore players want consistency so they can, figure out like their playstyle is good or not, and then just keep doing it. But the real question is, that's not fun. You need a little bit of Jesus Christ, unpredictability.
Hey, welcome to my world.
Aren't we the same? You needed a little bit of unpredictability in order to make fun games. You can't get fun games if you don't have an unpredictable situation. And then you're like, ooh, this is new. All right, let me figure out this way.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it's just fun interactions. And so actually, I want to bring up another thing because previously they were talking about like single player and multiplayer, right? And I am in the camp where I believe that Dawn of War 4 is going to be pivoted towards multiplayer. And that is because there's no way in heck that they're ever going to compete properly with Creative Assembly, Total War 40K, because they're definitely going to take the single player experience like 100%, because there's modding support. There'll be more factions in there. There's more like replayability in Total War games. I think in terms of a single player experience, because these two games at the end of the day are RTS, they're very similar play styles. I think at the end of the day, the Total War 40K game is going to be the people's choice for a single player experience. And so what happens is that, you know, if that's going to be the single player game, you can't compete with them there, right? For money and everything and for attention. And so this will naturally be a multiplayer game if they actually want to succeed and have people buy the DLCs and everything. So I don't really buy the whole angle where like the single player is going to be like the entire focus. And with Crusade mode as well, that's going to be like something else entirely.
I would argue differently. I would say don't put your eggs in one basket. Give variety. Like, make your campaign good, but also give players a reason to play multiplayer and PvE.
Ah, yes. But
so
I will...
It's
sorry.
It's just like Call of Duty or Halo.
Yeah.
Where most people will play campaign, but sometimes they'll be like, I want to play against players or play a little bit PvE with friends. If you introduce that variety, to a certain extent, that's how you make good games. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. And that's what happened with Space Marine 2. Their campaign was so dog shit. The rest of the modes were so fucking irrelevant. It was almost like I didn't even give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Why should I?
So this is where like the logistics of everything actually fits in. And by the way, I agree with Shake Vivid, is that if they fuck up the PvE, they're not going to get the multiplayer either. But I think is that there's going to be like their own niches, right? And it's always going to be like a battle of resources, niche and resources. And unfortunately, the crew that's actually making Dawn of War 4 is actually quite small. So I already like commented in your video previously about this. But Dawn of War 3 had a development team of like 500, I think it was like 500 developers, staff. Dawn of War 4 has less than half of that. They only have about 200 developers. And so...
in a way, it's a good sign.
Yeah, in a way, it's a good thing. But in terms of, I mean, I'll be honest, like modern developers, I mean, are we really going to get anything like spectacularly? Are we going to get like indie dev type of like inspiration here? I don't think so from what we've seen, right? Yeah, I want to be wrong, but I don't think we're going to have that. But like in terms of resources, like monetary wise, like with Creative Assembly being a much larger studio that's funded by Sega, versus this is the same studio that made Iron Harvest. So monetarily and in terms of staff, they're a lot more constrained. So in terms of parity, they can maybe carve out their own niche in single player versus like Creative Assembly and all of that. But I think their true niche is going to like be one step away from that, where they won't compete with Creative Assembly directly. They'll try to compete with them in like another sector, which is the multiplayer sector, right? Where they'll try to get people to get DLCs and stuff. And I think at the end of the day, what this might actually lead up to is power creep. Because if you, and I might be wrong here, I'm just projecting a little bit. If you start appealing to multiplayer and you sell DLCs, you have to have power creep to get the things out the door, to make the sales. Like in League of Legends and all that, like all the new stuff are always a bit stronger and stuff. But we will see. That's just my prediction.
I will say this. Fuck.
By the way, they definitely need to sort out PvE first. And the issue with PvE is also the AI. We have no idea how the AI actually plays PvE. We've only seen PvP right now in all the battle reports. The AI, if it plays like dog shit, oh boy. I'm not sure if you can mod that. I don't know how moddable this game is. Anyways.
I was going to say, remember Halo Killers? Or Pod Killers?
Yeah, Killzone?
Yeah. Yeah, you see, most of them failed. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they were trying to compete against a already successful establishment in a certain genre. Same with Halo.
Yeah.
And the ones that people say it is a Halo killer, but it isn't, they didn't even compete it. So how do you win? You don't fucking compete the thing. You focus on your strengths of what you're able to achieve, right?
Yeah.
So for Dawn of War 4, right, why would you even need to compete with Total War when you can focus on your strengths of which one will be the most important thing in your game, if that makes sense?
I like normally I would actually say that, but like unfortunately they're both 40k games.
Yeah, but Total War is more famous for Rome, Total War, Napoleon, and all that shit. Like, very different style. Dawn of War 4 is taking the Dawn of War franchise, which is a little bit more different when it comes to pacing and how they structure the units. So, like, I get it. The only thing I can bring up is the Gordon Ramsay analogy, where he goes to different restaurants and he mainly just cuts like majority of the fluff and focuses on their strengths. And that is what Dawn of War. Okay, if I was like trying to think like how to, make this game successful in their own right, not so much of they have to be competitors of Total War or else they will fail. Why should they? They're both 40k games, yes, but what can you show that Total War cannot show?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, from what I can see, and I can only really talk about the stuff that I can see, is that like there was the whole gameplay trailer from I think it was Billy, and I have to be very honest with you. Like a lot of the game, it was just very similar to Dawn of War 4, like down to the capture points. It was like almost exactly the same icon. Like you literally to capture like a fucking like square with like a glowing circle underneath. Like it gets to. I'm not sure if they're doing it on purpose. I'm not sure if it's doing it on purpose. Just taking the like trying to take the wind out of Dawn of War 4. But there were so many things that was like the same or maybe even superior to Dawn of War 4. Like there's like an actual cover system. There's like an actual reinforcement system that makes sense where like the tanks roll out of the city and start like reinforcing like the front lines and stuff. I don't want to glaze the Total War too much, but I feel like there's like more to that game as like a Warhammer 40k game than like this game. There's way too much overlap. And people have limited money. Like they're not going to buy like the same game twice. They're not going to buy like the same like am I going to buy the Imperial Guard DLC for this game and then the next game, or am I going to and there's a time limitation as well. I feel like we're both kind of right talking about this, and we're really just like extrapolating on what we actually know. I might be totally wrong in this case, but I feel like it's just going to be two games. Like I think Games Workshop is doing like actual like IP blood sports where they're setting two games against each other.
You are correct in the way that these two games are so similar that it's really hard to not separate them. Obviously, for me, it doesn't like for my analogy, it doesn't really work with what you're bringing up because they're so fucking similar. But obviously, my thing is, would work like generally with any other games. But someone just brought up. Remember Haze? Funny enough, I never played that game.
What the hell is Haze?
Haze is meant to be a Halo killer.
Oh, okay.
It's famously having that yellowish helmet with a cracked screen and you can see an eye. That's all I can remember from that.
Okay.
So
the weird thing about Dawn of War 4 is that there's not a lot of base building either, unless I'm missing something. I mean, for the orcs, there seems to be a bit more base building.
You have to wait for a year, man.
I won't call it like Dawn of War 1 base building, though. Dawn of War 1 base building is nothing like Dawn of War 4 base building, from what I can say. By the way, this game's going to be out in like a month. So, I can be proven wrong and within like a month. We'll see.
Will Nellop appear before or after the game release?
Anyways, let's keep going.
With all that
Let's get to the Asmund goal.
being said, Dawn of War 4 is absolutely worth the hype.
Jesus fucking Christ, I don't want to stop all the time, but...
Yeah, everything he says goes wrong every single second.
Remind me to save this video. It has to go down. If the game does badly, this has to go down.
The gameplay is looking good. The
We're not gonna
story is
download
looking
it.
good.
I mean, it does look good. It looks like an RTS game. Like if I zoom out, but then is it like hey, is it really
Slander is
that much
kiting
different?
back, but the charge bot's just chasing.
Is it really?
And the game already has a plan for the
Okay.
future. Guys,
I
let me
would
know
argue a
what you
little bit
think.
differently.
Yeah.
How do I say this?
Hmm.
There is no excuse of trying to say this is the grimdark universe, and all I see is the most vibrant, oversaturated colors that I've seen in the West. Like, why can't you make it dark and bleak a little bit? You can have colorful maps,
Yeah.
or sand maps, but when I look at this, I'm like, it's 5 p.m. and noon with oversaturated colors. Cool.
You know what just agrees with you immediately? One observation.
What?
The lack of bodies. Like, are you going to sell a grimdark game when, like, in Dawn of War 1, I can have, like, a corpse pile?
That is
And
true.
in this game, the corpses just... There's another video that kind of touches on this. I'll link it to you, which is, like, a more critical take, right? Which highlights all the bugs that were very apparent in this game and all the animations and stuff that's, like, broken. I'll link it to you, right? So you can watch it in your own time. But one of the things that highlights like the lack of bodies, like everything just explodes into like a blood pile. Whereas like in Dawn of War 1, there'll be like actual corpses like lined up everywhere. You can even mod the game to have even more corpses. If your rig can run it, right? But it's there in the base game. So can you really call it grimdark if there's no bodies?
Well,
Down in the comments below.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you love Warhammer 40k or Dawn of War.
I subscribe
This has
for the
been
low-cow
Jefficus.
content.
I appreciate your viewership, and as
first,
always,
number one,
the
this
Emperor...
bugs me. As a Necron player in Dawn of War 1, why the fuck would you put the monolith at the front?
I think it can die and then like rebuild itself. But the actual question is, why does the monolith actually get smaller? Because if I remember that trailer correctly, the monolith was actually quite large at the start of the game, and then when you like reactivate it, it kind of shrinks into what you see now.
Fair enough. I have no idea. But fuck, dude. I will put my Necron Warriors or Immortals at the front to at least quote unquote body block it.
Hmm.
But I don't want the monolith to take damage. And at least there's a distraction at the front. But why the fuck would you put the monolith at the front? But that is just me.
I want to hear these sound effects, like the voice lines. I don't think I've actually heard too much of that. That's very important to me.
You say that. Okay, now you just now, because as I said, like I've been busy and all that. When I saw that first battle report on my last stream, quote unquote, the one thing I tried to listen so fucking hard was the voice lines, because the developers keep talking over it over and over and over again, and I'm like, as far as I'm listening to, this is the most amateur fucking voice acting that I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I did not even know.
There's
Because for
voice
me, it's
lines.
very important. It's very important for the Space Marines. I don't like. The Space Marines had the best voices in Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2. And by the way, do you mind if I ask, which game had the best Space Marine voices, Dawn of War 1 or Dawn of War 2? For me, I think it's just Dawn of War. Dawn of War 1 was more nostalgic to me,
This
but I think
guy's
Dawn of War
answering
2.
it before me.
What? What? No, I'm sorry. I thought I would put my
You're like
opinion
about to
on
ask a
this.
question, and I'm like,
Yeah, no. I thought it would be fair for me to put my opinion first, so it doesn't feel like I'm like trapping you. It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
As much as I like Dawn of War 1 voices, Dawn of War 2 improved the recipe a lot more.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Yeah, like even especially with Chaos. Like
Oh yeah.
Like again, there's nothing wrong with Dawn of War 1, and then you notice that in Dawn of War 2 they improved the recipe, but at the same time it's like they how do I even explain this? I'm using a lot of metaphors. you go to the gym, train your legs, and they look so fucking detailed and defined, but then you cut off your leg, one of your legs. That's God of War 2. It's like it's built to almost to perfection, but it also handicaps themselves because they changed the whole core gameplay. So it's weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But yeah, but then again, as I said, voices, I would say Dawn of War 2, they improved a lot more with their voice acting, and that brought a lot better with their campaign. It was.
I think the only bad thing about the Dawn of War 2 voices was Eliphaz. Changing Eliphaz voices from like the voice he had in Dark Crusade to like whatever the fuck. I think it was literally Starscream's voice. Okay, so like a little bit of trivia, and I'm like 90% sure of this. So Aragast's voice actor is Megatron in Dawn of War Chaos Rising, Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising. That was Megatron. And they gave Eliphaz Starscream's voice actor.
I will double check on this.
Yeah, go check on this because someone told me this. I'm not sure if I was being like pranked, but I could believe that because it sounded so similar.
Lord Megatron, it's nice to see you again. Shut up, bitch.
And then when Aragast was like, Eliphaz, portal now, and Eliphaz is like, no, I don't think so.
That sounds like one for some reason. No, that sounds like it was like one.
No, they knew exactly. If that was the case, they knew exactly what they were doing.
What was it? Yeah. Oh fuck, I forgot the Chaos Lord's name, but yeah, no, it was Eliphaz. No, it was Eliphaz.
Eliphaz and Aragast.
Eric Gas.
Aragast. Araghast.
What the fuck? I thought it was Eliphaz.
No. Eliphaz is the. Eliphaz has Starscream's voice actor, and I'll do it on stream.
I'm gonna fucking
Aragast voice actor.
Don't you mean Argas?
Let's see. Aragast the Pledger has Fred. I cannot pronounce this. Let's see why the. I'm just gonna search up Megatron.
Family Guy.
Yeah, there we go. Megatron and Transformers War for Cybertron, Fall of Dark of the Moon.
That's what I'm thinking about. Sindri.
Yeah, so Aragast is Megatron, and then Eliphaz voice actor in Dawn of War 2.
Oh, Megatron in Transformers War for Cybertron. He played for the games of Transformers.
So
okay.
Eliphaz is Steve Blum. So no.
Blum.
Well, do we? Okay. And I think he did Starscream, right? No, just talking about Dawn of War 2.
Full cast and crew.
Steve Blum, Starscream.
Steve Blum.
Scream? Did he do Starscream?
Wait.
Yeah, Steve Blum is an acclaimed voice actor, famously voiced Starscream in Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise, and Earthspark. So they actually had Megatron and Starscream together during that entire dynamic. That's why it was so funny.
I could be a dumbass, but isn't that character played Force Commander in Dawn of War 1?
That was the Megatron actor who played. No, wait.
Dawn of War 1, not 2. The Force Commander.
What was his name again? Gabriel Angelos?
Yes, yeah. Well, why do I keep thinking of him? He's a little different when he isn't.
So I think that was someone different.
Because there was even like a video of it. You could just go back and be like Dawn of War 1 Force Commander voice actor.
He was in Gundam? Wait, he voice acted Gundam roles? Shin's fun. Who cares about Shin? Video games, Dawn of War.
You know what? It's the same thing.
Eliphaz Inheritor.
Okay.
Yeah. And he did the General Sturm voice acting, Chaos Sorcerer, and Gabriel Angelos. Yeah, there we go. Chaos
you know what
Predator
this
and Chaos Space Marines.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Tank Dempsey voice actor.
Who?
Tank Dempsey voice actor. Have you ever, that character, right, from Call of Duty Zombies?
No,
Right?
I don't play Call of Duty.
The audience knows, please. There's a voice actor who voices Tank Dempsey on Call of Duty Zombies, and that guy, I find out he voices.
No. Luca, you got no. LFS's voice actor in Dark Crusade is the same guy who did Gabriel Angelos, but in Dawn of War 2, he's got Steve Blum. So they switched voice actors. Yeah, no, I'm just talking to
Yeah,
Jack.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw it. Like, Luca just being dumbass.
This has been Jeff.
it might be 20
I
seconds
appreciate your
behind as well.
viewership, and as
Okay, so we're done with this video. We can move on to the actual main subject now.
Space
Holy
Marine
shit.
2 Avatar, fake ass bitch.